For this episode number 3 of The Golden Spiral. It's our interactive Dungeons & Dragons campaign where a bunch of people hide behind us. It looks like on camera we have half a Logan over here, part of a Danny over there, and I'm not even going to tell you what's going on behind me, but
just a disembodied arm, I think.
That arm is connected to an incredible gaming friend of ours, and we're very excited to introduce you in just a moment. If you guys notice, this little pole here right in front of you is where we take your tab of you are elemental alongside us. Are you air, fire, earth, or water? And you can use this pole by typing 1 for air, 2 for fire, 3 for water, and 4 for earth into the stream chat. And doing so, and now's your last chance to do so, you will contribute to the mana pool of all of these awesome adventurers. They can use this mana pool down below once it fills all the way up as inspiration or to re-roll for advantage and help them along their quest. Also next to Avilo is a little gemstone counter we've added, which is now up to 16 from our Wednesdays. There it is, lovely. When you subscribe or give gift subs in groups, they are clicking along. I see you like this gemstone counter. I'm very happy about that. Our adventurers can find these gemstones as treasure or loot along the way, and when they do, they can use it as in-game currency. Did that literally just happen?
Yeah.
It literally just happened.
Yeah,
Did you hear that sound? I love it. So we're up to 17 gemstones. So thank you guys all for being here. Thank you for subscribing and following along.
Those mana bars are looking pretty good all of a sudden.
Pretty fresh.
Thank you.
So here's our starting mana pool. We have, okay, here, making some adjustment, and we're gonna raise these up accordingly. So where's our mana pool?
Whoa, we're getting some gemstone.
Some things are going along.
Thank you for subscribing.
So fire will go up like this. Fire is the most represented.
Water just got a bunch of...
Oh, a big boost for water. Thank you guys for cheering for water. You can cheer using hashtag water, air, earth, or fire to contribute to that mana pool. And because you guys are all here, we're going to go up like this. For water is... Then we can go for air. Sorry, just one manual adjustment.
We're just, kind of seeding those mana pools based on who's in the different chats.
Thank you very much, Avilo.
And then we'll get started.
All right, here we go. And now we're going to change over our 2 subscriber chats. I see Jericho is definitely fire, so we're going to make fire, and let's make it air.
Yeah.
Together, fire and air are together in Jericho, and Zen Garden will turn over to be water, earth. You want to make your Kevin Costner joke? Yeah, there it is. I was waiting for it.
Dry land.
Dry land. There we go. Lovely bird, beautiful plumage. Thank you guys for all of your contributions. We don't know exactly what's going on with the Streamlab gifts, but we'll figure that out as we go because we have a game of Dungeons & Dragons to play.
Dungeons and or Dragons.
Should we introduce our cast?
I think we should.
I think we should. All right, guys. Here we go. As we left off our last episode, we were on an adventure with Yama, Onyx, Hank, Loop, a newfound puppy, which was a contribution from the chat, of course. We left Steve Shells by the Steve Shore in the Swamp Store. You also came up with that name. You have a ring of animal influence. I believe Onyx is the one carrying it. You have collected gemstones from your previous encounter with the ogre.
You spent those gemstones on the ring.
Many of those gemstones were spent on the ring.
Not all of them.
Not all of them.
Just
and
a good amount.
You set off on your way.
You also have 5 weird vials of liquid.
Yes. Lovely.
It just sounds like an average Tuesday.
And you set off together to find yourself this Aerosci research facility. You're moving along these supermassive tunnels underground to what you know is called Zone 2, but you are without Yama, and you are without the puppy. They have yearned to find Ashima's twin sister, Yama's twin sister, Ashima, who was lost in battle. And just as you got to the tube station, Hank stops in his tracks, and he turns to you and he says, "Friends, I can't leave Yama. I know that we need each other, but I have a feeling in my stomach that something bad will happen if I don't, tag along and watch over him. So, please, go without me. I know you can handle yourself.
Yeah, we can totally handle ourselves.
I wanted a singer to come with us, but okay, we need some joy in our journey. But yes, absolutely.
Yeah, we're fine.
Do
Thank
what
you.
you gotta do.
We're fine.
All right. I know the tunnels very well, and I hope you'll take the map. Take the map with you.
Take the
as you
map.
go.
Okay.
So Hank hands you the map, and he starts to head off in the direction that Yama left you.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
You're growing on me, lady. You're growing on me.
Yeah,
It's a good
okay.
thing. Yeah.
So, back into the tunnel we go?
I've never really gone through these tunnels. I don't transport myself like this usually, so we're
Me neither. So we're in it together.
figured out together.
Yeah.
Let's go, potato!
Oh god. Feeling a little nauseous as we go down, but I got this. I'm strong, independent. I got this.
We are two strong, independent ladies with a squirrel.
With a squirrel.
Nothing's gonna go wrong.
Yes, of course not. Of course not. No.
You make your way into
Make our way down.
into the subway
Into the
tunnel
subway.
again, and as you're waiting at the station, we move to Ashima, who is underground and out of breath. Ashima, you lost them. The lizard folk guards, they've been at your back for hours or days. I mean, it's only been one day, but it's been a minute of real world time in the frozen world. You fought off the ones that pulled you off the train in New York, but you've ended up back now on the tube, and you've been fighting constantly. And all is silent in this pristine, clean, white tube car, and you're alone. Suddenly you hear something from above you, breathing, moist heat. Danny's got to stop writing moist in the script, but I'm keep reading it. There's another one. Ashima, you come upon, if you would be so kind, as to roll for initiative as you enter battle with this lizard folk. Viola will take over.
11.
Just one lizard folk?
Sir.
All right.
This one
11.
goes to 11.
So, we can put a lizard folk token down. We can move the hourglass there. Put a lizard folk token down. You've got a little bit of limited space. You don't use that whole grid because you're
subway.
in a train car.
Right.
All right. So, you've been caught unawares by this lizard folk, but you're cunning, and you get the first move.
Excellent.
He approaches you. He's about 3 squares away. What do you do?
Okay, so let's put me. Yeah. Well, I have my arrow-sized staff, my handy arrow-sized staff.
Handy dandy.
And I have expanded it to almost the full length. I just don't want it to hit any bars around me, so I want to make sure that it's free enough. If there's anything around me in the tube, it's not going to hit anything but lizard fucker. And Ashima, mind you, I don't know if there is a bonus for pissed, but this has been a bad day. I got a puppy. The puppy is gone. This is a bad day.
And because of your previous battles, you are 2 hit points down from your max.
Okay, fantastic. That was a really bad day.
Yeah,
Thanks so much.
You're doing great.
Okay, fantastic. So she expands this, and I would like to use my bonus action, which is my unarmed strike, so that I get 2 with my monk weapon.
Love it. Let's do
And
it.
just go for it. Eight plus
This will be your strength and proficiency.
3 and where's my proficiency? Help me remember my
2.
life.
Plus 2.
First page.
So 5 plus 8, so 13.
That's your first strike.
That's my first strike.
As you lunge toward the lizard folk guard, he deftly dodges out of the way, and your first strike goes wide.
And then I just yell and get a critical hit.
Oh!
Stop fucking moving!
This is unarmed strike.
Unarmed strike.
I believe that's a D8. Do you remember?
It's just one armed strike as a bonus action.
But it's a unarmed strike. Is it your fist?
No, it's my monk weapon.
Oh, right. So yeah, it's a
Which is
D8.
Arrow's,
D8.
arrow's side weapon. It says 1d4 plus 3 bludgeoning, but I think that's just with my hands. So I would think it's my
It's your
actual
staff. Yeah, because staff's gonna be D8 damage. So give me a D8.
I get a bonus to my
Strength
my
and
strength
proficiency.
bonus. Okay, it's a bonus. Okay, so it's 6.
Ooh, lovely.
Okay.
And you double it because it was a critical hit.
Bam!
So tell me how you smack this guy with your staff.
So similarly to how I did in my epic moves when I was in the park, I spin the staff around. Since I missed him on one side, I hit him across the neck, right at that perfect nerve spot. Hit him across the neck, so he just caves completely
Oh
down.
yeah, you can really feel
Just
that one.
like that sound. So I put him down. The end. Plastic lizard man.
The lizard man sort of reels and he turns back at you and he swings at you with his club and he's so kind of like phased by the strike to his nerve spot that he completely goes wide, but you can tell that he's mad and he lunges at you with his jaws. And what's your armor class?
15.
And he sinks his jaws into your side and he does... Ooh, he does 6 points
Oh,
of
Jesus.
piercing damage. Ouch!
Oh, okay, that's legit. So I am down. I am on my knees. I would think if he's doing that full amount. So he sinks his teeth in, even though I'm not on the menu, and I just scream and cave down. I'm still holding onto my staff, but I came down and he got me right around probably. Like I would imagine,
Like a meaty bite of your...
There's a lot of meaty parts to it. Yeah, he got me in a meaty part, and I'm down on my knees.
What's your hit point total?
1.
You're at 1. Well, you gotta do something.
Yeah, I do got to do something, so I can fight back. I
you're
thought we
up.
have 2. I thought we had 2 dudes. I thought I heard 2.
No.
dudes.
One.
Okay.
One.
So I'm gonna roll again, and I'm gonna roll to sweep the leg. Zzz.
Yeah, Cobra Kai.
Is this an attack or is this just your...
Oh, sorry. This is my same thing. I'm
Yeah,
gonna do
the double,
same.
yeah.
The double.
But you're trying to sweep the leg?
I'm trying to sweep because
Let's
again
do
we got
it.
spinny things going on
do
with
it.
my staff. It's all like Arya Stark action happening here.
Right.
So that is a 19 on my first hit.
Ooh, yeah, that does it.
And 17 on my second hit.
Lovely. So you get 2 solid hits in. Let's see what happens.
I am aiming for the side of his knees because I want to completely snap his knees in.
Yeah.
I
Give me
don't.
that D8.
This is bullshit.
I'm not angry.
Oh, shit, I'm angry.
3 plus 5, so 8 and
You're real good at math, lady.
Asian. And 10.
Ooh, so please describe to me how you knock down and finish off.
So again, because I'm in so much pain, the adrenaline is just coursing through me, and with a piercing scream, which I won't do because I don't want to hurt anybody.
I don't know, I feel like we could use a
You want to hear
piercing
a piercing scream? I mean, not a piercing. Maybe not a piercing scream. That's a little bit terrified. Let's go more like a warrior
This is her
cry.
attack scream, not his.
More like a warrior cry.
Sorry, that
of
was him
me.
getting defeated.
Oh, my bad.
I'll let you
Let
do
me
the-
yes and you.
Yeah.
Go for it. What does he sound like again? That's right, motherfucker, because I go straight for one knee and through straight to the other one. So both knees bend sideways. His lateral cartilage is gone,
Ooh,
dude.
Get real medical
That's
with
some
it.
doctor stuff right there. Yes, that was juicy. That was a juicy hit. And that fucker is down.
And you finished. He's done. He's down for the count. You tell me, do you kill him or do you just knock him
Oh,
unconscious?
I just start beating I'm so angry. I am just beating and beating and
So
beating
there's
and
less
beating.
of a skull left as so much like a puddle of
No, I'm not.
Schmear.
I'm just hitting him. I'm
Okay.
not like. I'm just angry. I'm
Okay.
not bludgeoning his. I'm not smooshing his
Okay,
brain.
well, yeah.
I'm just angry. Like bam, 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 bam,
Whatever
bam, bam.
you do.
And as that is happening, I'm realizing my fists are moving faster than they've ever moved before. Something is coursing through me. Something is making this flurry of blows happen. As I am my staff is down. And I'm like.
And in that beautiful moment, I think you may have leveled up to level 2.
Yes, I think perhaps I have.
Ashima.
And then as okay, that was adorable and disturbing all at the same time. So all of this, Ashima, even though Anjali does not seem to be this way, Ashima is so used to being in control. Once she realizes that's happened and the guy is completely incapacitated, she stops and she pulls back and she just looks at her hands. And I have one hand on the wound and one hand on the staff. And I just want to poke him to see if he's out or if he is
I'm afraid
conversing.
he's quite dead.
Sorry. I mean, I don't say that, but she's not sorry. But, okay. And there's that second sound that I heard.
That was you leveling up.
That was
Sorry.
you.
Early on when you said, I hear a sound on the subway car, and then I hear a second sound.
You just took care of that. So.
Okay. Both.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So, I'm gonna get to my feet.
And as you get to your feet, suddenly a train rushes up to you, and who is on board? But Onyx and Loop and Potato. And Potato is also there.
Where's my dog?
Ashima!
Where's my dog?
Oh my god!
Where's my dog?
They're looking for you!
Where's my dog?
Who is this lady?
What's that?
Oh. She the sister of the other dude?
Yes. Yama went looking for you. We were so worried about you. Are you okay?
Did he take the dog?
He took the dog.
Fucker!
Oh my.
My dog!
Headphone users,
always
we
taking
apologize.
my stuff. You're always taking my things. You're always taking my things.
Excuse me, Miss Ashima. First of all, we got a squirrel who can make you quite happy, and you're bleeding out your side, so we need to do
Actually,
something about
to that point,
Yeah.
as you felt the energy of this newfound strength, you feel your wounds kind of like heal up and stop bleeding, and actually, you
That's a goopy.
get an additional 1d8 of hit points added to your total.
Oh.
So you can roll a d8.
Oh god. This could. Okay.
This could be great, this could be not so great. You roll a d8 as a level 2 monk, and you add a d8 plus your constitution modifier.
It's 3.
So you get 3 added to your hit
Alright.
point total, and you're at full hit points.
I'm at full hit points?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we do the same
We
for
should do the same
Onyx
for
and
everybody.
Loop? So,
Actually, yes. At the
as
end,
you've leveled up.
at the end of last session, you guys both leveled up. So Loop, you are going to roll a d10 plus your constitution.
You said it was
and-
this one, right?
No, it's
Yeah,
that
that's
one.
D10.
D10 plus constitution, and Onyx, you're going to roll a d8 plus constitution.
2 plus where the heck is my constitution nation?
Right. Your
All right,
Constitution
4.
Nation is here.
Plus-
Great, so that's added to your max hit points, and you are now at full hit points.
I'm a total of 3.
Yeah, so you
you're adding
add
3.
add to your
So
max.
add
Right.
3 to your hit points. Where are your hit
Current hit
And
points?
as you do so,
Okay.
feel the
But
strength
you would have
swelling up inside of you, and the confidence that comes with some kind of new rush of strength and energy that you can't quite place your finger on.
Wait, 3 is a good thing for me?
So you add
What was
maximum.
her?
hit-
What do you guys have as her original? Because it's just not on
I
her
don't
sheet.
have an original hit point.
You started with stand by.
While you figure this out, I'm going to say thank you to Trisha for the gigantic raid
You
and
started
welcome
with
everybody.
10 plus whatever your constitution is.
Oh, fantastic.
Plus 3.
Thank you. Come on in. Come on
So
in.
you started with
Constitution's
13.
11, and now you have 13.
And Patage36
Well,
at Connor
11
Army
plus
Love,
3,
thank you for the big
14.
gift sub. Group hug, we appreciate you guys contributing to the gemstones. We're up to 21 gemstones in the
Wow.
pot. Now,
Way to go.
are you guys
Any of them
good? Shall we
shaped like
continue?
a puppy?
Yeah.
This woman is not letting that puppy go.
So as this train continues on and you have a moment to catch your breath, you realize that it's beginning to slow. You're arriving at a new station now. Ooh, more gemstones.
Where did you guys go? Where's Yama?
Yama went to go look for you.
With the dog.
We thought you went to the Appalachian Mountains. We had no idea what happened to you. All of a sudden, you just disappeared.
Why would I go to the Appalachian Mountains? Why is my brother always trying to do good and messing everything up for me?
He seems to really care about you.
Yeah, he sure seems like he does.
Anyway, we went to the south. This is Loop.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, and there are
Potato.
ogres. There are ogres and there are snake men. Did you know this?
Snake men, not so unusual in my
No, but like
experience.
actual snake men. like snake men.
So we're not just talking about like
stave.
people at the bar who you're calling like
No,
an
no,
ogre
no,
and a snake
like
man.
actual
this is
snake people.
legitimately
It's
Yeah,
magic.
and also, you're a tiefling. Like of the underworld.
See, she understands. She believes in that stuff.
yeah.
She's a little
yeah.
dense sometimes.
Okay.
Are you telling
Okay.
me what I am? I don't know
No,
you.
not you, her.
Okay. Yeah. So this is.
I
Yeah.
like you.
Okay.
Apologies.
The train glides to a slop. The doors open.
A sloppy stop.
It's sloppy because as you step out of the train, it is cold. It is incredibly cold. In front of you, there isn't really a station, so much like the one where you were down in the Everglades, but this one is more like a forgotten set of stone steps. These steps are covered in flakes of snow and knife-like icicles. There is light at the top of the stairs, but it's hard to see.
We didn't prepare for this coming from the south.
I'm not cold.
Neither am I.
Feeling a tidbit nipply.
I put my hands and I try and warm you up. I rub your arms,
Just
and you
take
just start
this.
feeling really, really warm.
So, and I'm gonna keep
Rub your
looking
arms.
looking
From the arms.
And you're feeling really warm, right? Do you feel warm?
Do you have magic, lady?
I mean, no.
Okay. What else do we see? Snow, stairs, light.
Snow, stairs, and there is a light at the top of the stairs, and it's difficult to see otherwise.
Right at the top of the stairs.
The train is behind you.
It's not taking off.
That train's gone now. Just in this moment, disappeared.
Disappeared.
All right. Shall we?
Yeah. Get behind me. Give me back my jacket. I'm gonna lead staff out, not at full like battle readiness, but just enough, just to stop something. Like let's talk about it like that.
All right.
And I don't know if it's a notice check or if it will be an investigation check to just see if there's anything unusual that I notice as we're walking up these stairs.
Up the stairs?
Yeah.
Sure. You want to do an investigation check on the chairs?
Don't-
On the stairs?
I wanna
God, I
do-
should sleep more before we do this.
Better.
Are you looking at the stairs, or are you just looking out, like sort of beyond whatever you can? What are you looking for? What are you looking at?
I'm listening. I'm listening for action, movement, and I'm definitely keeping an eye on the stairs because I'm looking for traps or anything that might like. I have no idea what's up there, so I'm kind of looking for anything.
Yeah, roll a d20 plus investigation, please.
That's a 6.
So the stairs seem like stairs, and
Can I? Sorry, go ahead.
what all that you can really make out beyond, both with your eyes and ears, is that it's snowy, windy, and almost like whiteout conditions.
I still don't like it.
Okay. I'm going to do an investigation check.
You do.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay. 7 plus 4 is 11.
Great. You are very confident that the stairs are just stairs,
Just
and
stairs.
also all that you can see beyond is that it's very snowy.
Okay. I think it's
That's
fine.
fine. Can you just be a little stealthy about
course,
this?
yeah,
Can
yeah,
you just
yeah.
like
I can be stealthy.
Although I haven't traveled in these parts, I know that I have this sixth sense about the lay of the land. So I also know that there are giants we need to watch out for in these parts. Lady? Are you nervous or are you laughing at me?
Giants.
Absolutely. They're different kinds of giants. We just need to be very wary of them.
Onyx? I'm gonna need you to tone down your crazy a little bit.
Just inhale, do your lavender thing or whatever.
It's okay.
Lavender. Lavender.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, I'm calming down. I'm calming down.
I think we need to head up these stairs
I second that
to see
motion.
what's going on
I
because there's
also
nowhere else to go.
think you should just prepare yourself to constantly be unprepared for what is happening. I feel like that might do you some good right now.
Okay.
I know it's not in your nature.
No.
I know that you are a very feeling being.
Thank you.
That's not a compliment. Try your best. Prepare for the complete unexpected.
Prepare for the complete.
Thank you, Miss Ashima.
Let's go up the stairs. Stealth?
Stealth. Yeah, I'm stealth. I'm so stealth.
As soon as you come to the top of the stairs,
Yeah.
the full force of the wind hits you. I need everybody to make a Constitution check, unless you are cold resistant.
I don't think anybody's cold resistant here.
Think,
Or maybe one of
I
you.
think Onyx might be.
I'm surprisingly not cold.
So a
It's a-
constitution check.
So a D20 plus Constitution.
5.
9.
18.
You don't need to make one.
Oh,
I think
oh.
you're good. You are unprepared for that gust of wind, and you take 1 point of cold damage.
So that means I'm very chilly right now.
It means you're chilly,
can
and
mark
that
-1
potentially
hit points.
you can't really stay out here for too long.
I see this happening. I see this poor little being snuggling closer to that squirrel, and I take the jacket off immediately and throw it at her.
Oh yeah.
Him.
The squirrel definitely takes
Her.
1 point of cold damage as well.
Get the squirrel inside the jacket with you in it. I know that sentence didn't make much sense. There you go.
Right, and I again come up to you and I rub your arms, and I just think of hot, like insulator.
And I'm receiving your hot installation-ness.
Yes.
It feels real good.
Good.
Can we continue walking like this?
Yes.
Or am I...
Let's continue. Okay, so
Where are
I'm
you
looking.
going?
Where are you going?
I'm
North,
looking
south,
around
east?
to try and
it's
see.
wide open now? Is it like wide open plain now?
You're looking out, and you can hardly see maybe 10 or 15 feet in front of
This, what you have on the screen in front of you, is what you can see.
you.
Okay.
It's pretty much white and snow and wind.
And snow, right, and snow.
Do we have any
Can I detect for
lights?
magic?
You certainly can.
Do
Is
it.
that an ability that you have?
It is.
Then please, by
I
all
am
means,
casting my spell
detect
to
magic.
detect some magic. And I roll my d20?
Yeah, hit it. Do you actually
Actually,
detect magic?
no.
Is just a
I think
is
you just
a
get it.
spell that
Oh.
detects magic. I
So,
don't remember. Just instead of
Hocus
looking at
pocus!
you cast detect magic, and you do feel a very strong kind of like in a specific direction, kind of to the northeast of you. You feel that there is some kind of very powerful magic force. It's very hard to place. It's very difficult to concentrate. You're still quite cold, but at least now maybe there's a direction.
Am I seeing any colors?
It's all white.
Great, so there's magic here, guys. As I thought there would be.
Okay.
Now we can head northeast towards it, because it seems positive.
Does your magic gauger thingamajiggy tell us anything about the hostility level of said magic?
Does that magic tell us about the negativity in the
It
air?
does not. All you can tell is that in the northeast there may be some magical energetic.
That's wildly unhelpful.
So,
Okay.
And now coming from the south,
Is it unhelpful?
you hear a crunch in the snow.
Hello? Did you hear that?
I'm gonna again get these two behind me because I just assumed that I'm stronger.
I got my hammer and my hatchet ready.
I take out my crossbow, because why not?
And
Here you go. Does the crunch
Steps in
come
the
towards
snow
us?
are getting
remember how she was talking about giants?
Okay.
I
I
have a
am.
feeling we might be hearing one. Can we sense the direction of where this is coming from?
Definitely
It's just
coming from the
right
south.
in front of us.
Yeah.
Right in front of us. Okay, I'm backing up.
Okay.
Just backing them up because I just don't want to get trampled by whatever big thing is coming.
And through the snow, you can see a dark shadow, a gigantic shadow, much, much bigger than even Hank or this ogre that you saw before. This outline becomes clearer and clearer. It might be over 20 feet tall. Is it covered in fur? As it moves closer and closer to you, you notice it's a very thin humanoid. His skin is pale, it's almost purple. He carries with him a great axe. lumbers closer, and stands directly in front of you, staring at you.
So,
Howdy.
I take one hand off of my staff and hold my arms open like this, so that they know that we're not.
We come in peace.
That too.
Sort of.
You're a charisma gal.
hi. Hello. We come in peace. My name is Onyx Delmiriv. What is your name?
My name is Colden.
Colden. Oh, I see what you're doing there. That's really, really exciting. So, do you know where we are?
Yes.
Where?
You're here with me.
Well, good. We're here
That's
with
great.
him.
It's wonderful.
Can you please point us in a direction of some place where we might be able to find shelter, because it is exceptionally cold for our young friend here.
And Potato is not doing so well. I think you would like him, Mr. Colden.
He nods and, never speaking more than a whisper, begins to lumber towards the northeast in the direction where you may have detected some magic. He's much bigger than you, so each one of his steps is hard to keep up with, and he's lumbering each step a little further
Yeah,
and further
stay
ahead
close.
of
He'll
you.
block the wind from this one. Are we seeing anything?
Can we
We're just-
follow you, Mr. Colden?
As you look around, you see up in the sky that it has become an ominous, dark spiral, spreading towards you as it did when you were in the south loop. Consequently, the twilight that was there in the Everglades is here too. It's casting on all the snow and the ice, and everything has a little extra sparkle. It's hard to see.
Black sparkle.
So there's something about this Colden that I feel really drawn to. I just have the sense that this is someone that we can trust. I don't know what it is, but my instinct is telling me that this is a good ally.
Colden reaches a little hill in the snow. Maybe it's just a hill of snow. And sits down so that he's closer to your eye level. You should rest.
Thank you. Colden, do you have anywhere we can rest that is inside or sheltered from the elements?
He opens up his gigantic arms and his fur coat, and he offers you shelter from the snow and wind inside of his coat. But this is the only place he knows around here.
That just melted my cold, dead heart. I put my arm around Loop and Potato and lead you in there, and I'm there with you. And
Can we really trust this man?
do we have a choice?
He seems sweet, but he could be insane.
I'm pretty
if
sure
you're
he
hesitant about
understands.
getting in, roll a Constitution check again, please.
11 plus what?
1.
Constitution.
12?
You do take 1 point of cold damage.
Jesus.
It's 1. You're good. It's 1. Yeah.
I get in.
Yeah.
I get in. My gut tells me to get in.
Colden, is there anyone else here with you besides us?
No.
Okay. I'm inside.
No one else but us.
And who is us?
Colden just has these incredibly sad eyes. They almost seem empty. He's clearly not wanting to speak about who else is us.
Go ahead.
I look up into his eyes and I reach my hand out and I hesitate for a second because I don't want to assume, but then I slowly put my hand on his face, and as I do it, I feel as though our minds have connected. And without speaking, I say to him, I'm sorry for your loss. You can trust us.
I was not sure that I could trust you. I think that you may be looking for a building which is buried here. And he points maybe 30 or 40 yards further ahead than where he's seated. And among the glimmering snow, you see a shiny speck in the sky. It's maybe 10 feet up. You see a little glimmering shine on the horizon.
Before we leave, I pull out some of the loot I stole before and offer it as a gift to Mr. Colden, because I think shininess will bring him some joy.
It is very pretty. And he pushes your hands back for you to keep these gems.
Colden, will you come with us? I think we need to go there and find what you were just pointing at.
I will follow, but you must lead. He points to Ashra.
As you say. Protect my friends. I turn around, staff half-mast, and just start trudging straight forward, full pace. In fact, logistics question.
Yep.
Because I now have the ability to move much faster at any given moment, is it useful? Is that something I can do outside of battle?
Yeah, you can do it anytime.
Okay, great.
And she's referring to her unarmored movement, which means as long as you don't have armor, you can move 10 feet, or 10 feet even further.
I'm going to move ahead. You guys stay safe, stay with Colden, and you stay as warm as you physically possibly can.
So we're not moving.
No, you're moving, but I'm just
Okay.
leading.
Yeah.
I'm just in the lead.
Okay.
As you leave Colden's protective shroud, I just need you to roll another Constitution check, please.
14.
14, you're fine.
So being out in this cold, my skin is getting even more dry, and it's even, my arms are starting to get dry, and I go into my pocket to pull out my little tub of moisturizer, and there's only a teeny tiny bit on the edge of it, so I scoop the rest of it out and I put it on my face, just hoping that this will do something, please. My skin is so angry.
And as you're tending to your skin, up ahead, Ashima notices that this shine is coming from what looks like a flagpole. A giant metal pole, maybe 15 feet tall, is standing out in the middle of the snow.
And that's it? Just a flagpole?
Just a flagpole.
A lot of
Okay.
snow.
A lot
A lot
of
of
snow.
snow,
and a
great.
flag.
So immediately I'm going to walk around the flagpole, and as I'm doing that, I'm going to be tamping my staff into the snow on the ground to see if I'm hitting anything that sounds like a door or metal or anything that sounds not like snow.
And as you do this, you hear an echo from below you. It sounds like somewhere deep, deep down below you is an empty, open space.
Where I hit that, I immediately get down and start clearing away as much snow as I can. I can use my staff as like a windshield wiper-ish type thing, and my hands and everything just going to clear away.
I come over and I look at what you're doing, and I put my hand out, and all of a
Straight
sudden, a lot of the snow just goes,
Yes.
moves away, and I go,
Wait, what do you do again?
I don't know.
Don't get cocky.
It's, wow.
Colden lumbers up next to you, and with his giant arm like a windshield wiper, he clears away the snow, seeing what you're doing, and reveals a giant metal plate. And as you sweep and clear it away, it seems almost like it's a full circle. It could connect all the way around with this flagpole at the center.
So there's no obvious opening. There's just like a disc.
It's a
With a
gigantic
flagpole in
metal
it.
plate. So probably 30 or 40 feet in full diameter.
Wow.
Radius.
The radius would be 15 or 20 feet.
So I can't use my thaumaturgy cantrip to fling this door open like I can use any other doors.
You can try.
But that sounds unlikely.
You're
But
always
give it a
welcome
try.
to try.
Yeah, let's give it a whirl. Let's see what happens.
So as you do this, do you want to describe how it comes out of you, this
Yeah, I'm
effect?
so frustrated. I'm so sick and tired of there being puzzles and things that are hidden from me. Me, the head of security who should know everything. I should have known this was here. I should know how to open this. Open, damn it, open! And I just keep laying my hands on it, not banging, but just like laying my hands on it, trying to find spots to make it just... In my head, I just imagine the whole thing flying out, and my anger is building up and building up and building up inside of me. And more so than it ever used to, I feel this anger. I feel this rage that keeps coming over me, like it did in the subway car, or whatever it was.
And you can hear with the louder and harder that you push onto this, you can definitely hear that there's a big hollow space underneath you. And you may be right that this is a door, but it doesn't move, it doesn't budge.
Can I do an investigation check?
Yes,
To try to
you
see
can.
if I can see any way to get this thing open. That's not my forte. 8.
All right,
dice.
I'm gonna
Onyx,
try.
yeah,
I'm gonna
Onyx.
try. I
All
got
right.
this. You know, I'm really good at looking for clues.
Alright, better.
And then I add 13. No? Okay. You gotta stay positive, though. It's okay.
Or
It's
you,
okay.
you
I
do
mean,
see
we
that
might
it's,
as well.
it's a very like exactingly made metal plate. It's not any kind. It's not like naturally occurring. It's
Right.
definitely like very
Very
perfectly,
deliberately here.
There has
like,
to be
set
some
into
kind of
stone.
control, or is there a flag on the flagpole?
There's no flag on the flagpole.
Can we send Potato to do a search and find a little tiny
Sure.
door somewhere or something?
Or if you can talk to that squirrel, or a control pad, or something.
Does
Okay.
something fly open there?
It's very windy,
Okay.
and
I'm just gonna keep starting to dig
An
around the
icicle
edge.
falls from the top of the flagpole.
Top of flagpole.
Okay. Be careful, especially.
Can Potato run to the top of the flagpole?
Yeah, yeah,
See what
yeah.
he sees?
Yeah,
Sure.
maybe there's
Maybe there's
something
an
up
entrance
there.
up there.
Some button.
Send him on up.
So Potato goes.
Potato scampers to the top of the flagpole, looks around, very curious, of course, and then quickly back down to whisper in your ear. Potato tells you that he sees. It looks like this plate is divided in 4. He says it looks like a pie.
Okay. Helpful.
he also says he's very cold.
And please put me back in your coat.
all of you have to do a Constitution check again, please,
Me?
except for you. You're confused as to why not. but
Yeah.
You feel calm.
12.
Oh, the 15.
You take 1 point of cold damage.
And I'm good.
You are
Am I getting better? Am I
You're
getting
like-
warmer?
You're huddling
You're
up.
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Okay.
every moment you spend out in the snow
Split
is
into
dangerous
4.
for you.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, split into 4. There must be some. Maybe there's. I look
Can we
again
do-
to see
It
if there's
almost
any
sounds
kind of
like these will come up
Yeah.
like this. So I really want to see some kind of control.
What if they're
on
like
the
a-
flagpole? Is there anything? Is there any kind of? Do we see any buttons? Anything? Anything? If we.
You
on
see no buttons or anything. This flagpole is simply.
Guys,
Okay.
what if this is like a Captain Planet thing where we all have to join our different elemental forces to open this? It's 4, right? Wind, water, fire, and something?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No? Am I onto something here,
No,
people?
I see your logic, little person, but I'm just trying to figure out how exactly we make that happen.
Okay, so as they're doing this, I'm just digging around the edge of this giant metal thing to try and see if I can get any deeper.
Right. As you dig around the edge, you see that this edge of this shape of this metal goes all the way down into the earth. So this is clearly like a hatch door.
Okay.
So we're at ground level.
You are on the
This is
ground.
ground level.
Can I do a history check to see if I remember anything about any of the buildings that we might have had
Sure.
blueprints for with the security and stuff like that? And history is intelligence, correct?
History is history.
And plus intelligence, though.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember something.
There is something. What would you roll?
20.
Ooh, you look at this flagpole and you have such an incredible memory. It comes to you from a picture that you saw a long time ago, and you don't even know how this pops into your mind right now. But this flagpole is in Milwaukee. This is a flagpole that for some reason you just know is a Milwaukee flagpole.
That's all I got.
That's all you got.
That's what a 20 gives me.
That's what a 20 gives you.
This is a little pathetic.
Milwaukee.
Welcome to Milwaukee, everyone.
Another icicle.
Are you
Colden
okay?
moves and looks up, shielding his face from the snow as it blows past him, and he looks up at the sky, which is so dark, but there's a glowing that's coming from behind this dark swirl in the sky that you would expect would be maybe the sun, like the sun has been blotted out, but it's in fact the explosion. It's the explosion from the USS Empire on the other side of this cloud, and as the clouds move, just a little sliver of light comes
Okay, yeah,
through and shines onto the flagpole. And Colden looks down at the shadow cast on the ground.
For goodness sake. Shadow, sundial. Oh, Colden. Do you know how to open this?
We have not had sun here in a very long time.
So we need some light to make this happen. What you got, magic lady?
I have got a lighter.
What have I got? Thaumaturgy. I can create a light, correct?
Yep.
All right, so I whip my lighter out and I flick it, and it's a pretty big flame. Significant.
You can pull out a flame, and Ashima can make it brighter.
Yeah.
Right, do that.
Okay.
So, pull out your flame, and I am gonna just put my hands around it and focus on the flame and try to make it bigger and bigger and bigger, and shine it towards the trapdoors and see if that does anything. I hate feeling this useless.
As you shine this bright, bright light that the two of you have created, you do see a shadow cast by this flagpole onto the ground in the opposite direction of where Colden was just looking, and you hear a click.
Move with me.
Okay.
And we move around to another quarter of the way.
You're moving clockwise around?
Yes.
Clockwise.
Clockwise around. A quarter of the way to the next seam.
And as the light grows a little brighter, you hear another click.
All right, for better or for worse, here we go. Keep going around to the third.
You move around in the direction where Colden was looking before, and the shadow is cast on the ground where it was from the explosion. And you hear another click, and the floor begins to give way,
Ah, okay.
Everyone jump back.
All right.
drops down just slightly,
I turn the flame off.
Nope.
begins to gently swing open. And below you can see a set of stairs.
Can Mr. Colden come down with us? Is this big
Colden,
enough
do
for
you know
him to
this
walk
place?
through?
Colden, do you know this place?
I would prefer not to go in this place.
Do we need to know anything about this place? Is it dangerous? Are your people down there?
My people could not fit down there, but I will wait outside and watch out for you.
Thank you, Colden. Thank you for keeping our friend safe.
Okay.
Well, let's
So I
get that-
look down the stairs and I'm trying to see if I can see any symbols that I recognize.
You recognize no symbols, there are no markings, just these large, old stone walls.
Okay.
Anyone have any kind of detect traps, anything on them? Before we just
I used
hustle
my
down some
detect magic.
magic,
That's
but
about-
we don't have anything other than random
we-
investigation.
You can do your detect magic again, but it expends slots.
Yeah, don't.
So-
I would save yours. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I
Well-
have confidence.
I don't trust your confidence. I'm going first.
Okay.
I'm following, right? I'm not stuck with Colden.
No. You are
Good.
your own man, woman thing.
Thank you.
All right. So
So down we
Down.
go.
Down
We
you go.
go.
And with Ashima at the lead and Loop following and Onyx behind,
Yes, I'm-
you begin to set down into these steps, and I do believe this is a good place for us to take our little break. So we're going to have a hydration break and return to meet perhaps another adventurer.
I don't know, we've got an empty chair over there.
I hope we
Oh
should
my
fill it up.
God.
Might be a good idea.
So thank you guys all for being here with us. We're going to take a quick hydration break, so get yourself a snack, move yourself around. We'll continue down now this flight of stairs into the bunker. And if you would like, let me get a little test of my alerts. Let's do a test of the alerts real quick.
Meanwhile, I heard the ding a couple of times. Thank you so much for the subs, the gift subs. We got the gem pile is growing. I
Yes,
think
we're
we're up to 25.
Thank you guys very much. We appreciate you all being here and sharing and subscribing along. You can use hashtag air, water, fire, and earth to contribute to these mana pools down here. And fire is on its way, water is building up nicely, and when you cheer with those hashtags, they contribute. As you just see, Deviant Danica cheered, and up goes the fire mana. So we'll be back after a short break, and thank you guys all for being here. Thank you, Jax, for the big gift sub group hug. Emo Lawn Flamingo, thank you for subscribing back for 14 months. We've got Somar Lane, thank you for being here and cheering. Deviant Danica, Avicia Fox, Borbkin, thank you for being here. Deviant Love, thank you for the big cheers. We got IO Fandom, thank you for the donation. Hashtag Water. Deviant Danica, thanks for being here. And the gift sub to Yara LP, IO Fandom, thank you for the donation for water. Scarface Ace, thank you for being here. If you guys have Amazon Prime, you can link it to Twitch for a free subscription. Sylvan Cosplay, thank you for cheering with Starlight. MS Boye, thank you for being here with your Prime, and we'll be back after this short break. See you guys soon. Hey everybody, this is a chance for you to help us build the story world of the Golden Spiral, and by doing this, you can type into the chat below. There are 3 potential creatures which might lurk in this here facility.
We can't say them out loud.
I can't say them out loud because the cast is right there, but look at Danny looking nice, so handsome.
Munching on a snack.
You can say it out loud. I rolled a 20.
You can type number 1, number 2, or number 3 into the stream chat and help us determine what creature lurks below. So please go ahead and contribute right now, and we will be back in just a few minutes.
Also, thank you so much for this really righteous Colden fan art. Loving
Yes.
the fan art. Thank you so much.
It's really cool. We appreciate you guys so much. And also, we have this animation here, which is starting up, is by our friend Silinx. So it's over here. Jesus, this is so weird. Backwards. There we go. There it is. Thank you, Silinx, for working on this awesome animation for us. And thank you guys all for cheering and subscribing along. You can cheer with air. Hashtag air, fire, water, and earth, exclamation point, air, water, fire, and earth will get you the commands. And you guys can contribute to the mana pool. Water is almost getting up to the top, and when it does, let's see, who's our water characters? Onyx. Onyx would get advantage, which means when she rolls something, she can re-roll, maybe make it more likely for her to succeed. So if you'd like to vote, do so now. We have a few more minutes, and we'll be back in just a second. See you soon. Oh, also, one thing. You can win a pro game. Danny, you don't have to sneak around, my dude.
Okay.
They see you so easily. We have a pro gaming zip chair right here with the Dechart Games logo on it. We're super excited to give it to somebody here on the stream. So retweet to invite your friends, and we'll pull a winner as we go. All of our subscribers get 5 times entry into our prize giveaways. So if you have Amazon Prime, link it to Twitch for a free subscription. Do what's right. We'll see you guys in just a second. There we
Okay,
go.
we
It
did
works
it.
better when you turn the cameras on.
Sure does.
In any case, we have something special for you guys. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for contributing to this poll. If you want to do so, now is literally your last chance to do so. You can type 1, 2, 3, or 4 into 1, 2, 3 into the stream chat to help us determine which creature might lurk below should our adventurers come upon it. We are very grateful to have you all joining us here. Any cheers that come in, you can use hashtag air, fire, water, or earth to contribute to these mana pools below. And we are up to 26 gemstones waiting happily. Those are somewhere, and we hope our adventurers can find them. You can contribute by subscribing with either Amazon Prime or even gift subs will consider themselves gems in this app, which Evilo built while we should have been sleeping. Back to
Who needs
reality.
sleep when we've got the golden spiral?
What do you guys think? Should we jump back into this game?
Let's do it.
There
Yes,
is our
please.
result of our creature. So let's make a note. Danny's got it noted. Evilo's got it noted. And it is time to adventure back to our screen just here. Ooh.
Ooh, who's that?
We don't know yet, Evilo, given the circumstances of this here game.
Well, I think we should.
As we continue, you begin to descend a set of stone steps. The cold air and light behind you gives way to a temple-like corridor before you. You see Colden motion at the top of the stairs. It's almost like he's going to say goodbye, and just as he opens his mouth to speak, the door reseals itself shut in his face. The sunlight is gone, and there are fluorescent bulbs that kick on and light up the space.
Oh, so unflattering.
I hate a fluorescent
Oh
lighting.
my
They
gosh.
flicker on and off, make a faint buzzing sound. And as you descend deeper and deeper, the lights show you a long continuing tunnel, maybe 40 feet ahead of you.
Okay. Do either of us, can we make a history check to see if either of us recognize anything about this hallway as a typical blueprint of
Sure.
something Aerosci?
I'm gonna do an investigation check.
All right.
Cool. I'll do history, you do investigation, because I suck. Oh, yeah, you win.
14.
Oh. And history is not happening.
Got it. So, per your investigation, Onyx, you look around, you see a big archway that looks like it's partially ancient and partially modernized, as if a modern metallic structure was being built on top of something old. And in front of you, you can make out through the flickering light, there's a phrase in metallic lettering. It says, Aerosci Research and Development, Milwaukee.
We're
Cool.
here. We're here.
In
This is the
Milwaukee.
Aerosci facility. This is the research facility. We're here.
Thought we were against this Aerosci monster,
There's no Aerosci monster, okay?
but it's
This
doing
is-
bad things
This
that are
is the
exploding
center
in the
of
sky.
everything. This is the center of everything. This is what we've been looking for. This is where we want to be.
Luke, this is where we'll find answers, whether
Yes.
they're the answers we want or not. And it's better than being out in the cold.
Absolutely right.
So, stay vigilant, yeah? Keep your squirrel close.
Speaking of, do you know anything about what's happening with President Sterling?
She hasn't been in contact with me since any of this happened. We don't have any way to communicate.
Okay.
Do you?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Something's happening. I'm not really sure exactly what it is, but I was able to communicate with Colden without speaking to him. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think your magic is starting to kick in, lady.
He seems.
I've known it all along.
He seems much more used to this than either one of us are.
Yeah.
But my family has spoken of things of this before. All I can say is, as much as I don't like it, you don't have to be afraid of it.
You need to tune into it, lady. Tune in, just like real believe in it, and you'll get there.
Okay.
Can you
So I'm gonna try to see if I can close my eyes and mentally connect with President Sterling.
You can close your eyes, try to connect with President Sterling, and as you do, Ashima and Loop notice that the lights close to the door go out.
Is it working?
Flickering on and off. The lights closer now to you are turning out.
I think there is somebody here.
And all of the lights in this tunnel go out.
I have dark vision, so what do I see?
Me too.
In front of you is a stone entrance, and just beyond it, it looks like a hallway that wraps to the left and to the right. You could go either to the left and the right down this hallway. It's a old stone entrance that maybe there was a door here before, but there's not a door right now.
Onyx?
Did I do this?
I don't think so. Put your hand on one of our shoulders, whichever one is easiest for you to get. Okay, fine. Let's move forward.
I take out my lighter.
No,
No? Sorry, close it again.
I don't know that this is necessarily a friendly place for us to be.
Okay.
Let us guide you.
Okay. Okay. That's fine.
Absolutely.
We walk forward until we get to the fork. What's your favorite way to go?
I think we should go right.
I like that.
Right it is.
And you go to the right. You follow this circular hallway to the right, and the temperature seems to get warmer and warmer, but almost more humid as you come around the corner.
Is it moist?
It is. It's like you're inside a person's
Like
mouth.
it's almost drippy.
Okay.
It's really, really horrible in there. You wouldn't want to stay there for long, but you shuffle along it. It looks like the hallway could go on for about 100 feet, wrapping to the right.
As we're moving, I just kind of gently put my staff down to the ground so I can see. Is the ground still solid, or is the ground mushy too?
The ground here is solid, but it looks like there's like little potholes. It looks like this has not been maintained very well, this hallway.
Have little animals been scurrying through this hallway?
Is there any sign of like nasty life?
In fact, you do. Loop, you notice that there's little animal droppings. Very small.
Like
could be
rat,
something
right?
coming from Potato, but Potato is, of course,
I
much
know-
tidier than this.
I know that lately there's been some mutant animals happening in these places. Like birds with 3 eyeballs. And like little tiny scurrying animals that have like, supposed to have 4 claws, but they have like 6. So like weird stuff's happening around these parts.
How do you know so much about what's happening around?
I connected.
Lavender.
Yeah.
I'm lavendering. I'm really nervous.
Investigation check. Would you do one too?
Oh, yes, I investigate, but I can't see shit. No, I can't
You
see.
can't see
got nothing.
nothing.
No, I got a 9.
You
We
can
just
tell
see
that
what we
this
can
is a
tell.
hallway that seems to lead to a room at the end of the hallway. And then it's getting
Alright.
warmer
Walk
in the
into the
hallway. The
room.
further you move down, the less
How
the
hot are
cold
we
from
talking
outside.
here?
You know,
We're sweating our
Back
balls
from
off?
where you come from.
it's
hot.
not.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. So we feel comfy. This is good for your skin, Lady Onyx.
It's actually getting drier. Significantly drier.
She's not a positive person.
No.
Let's move forward.
It's not. This is not
Get
doing
your
well.
hand on my
You
shoulder.
move forward into the room.
Yeah. I wanted to, as we move forward into the room, though, I want to have my staff out and kind of testing the ground
All right.
forward, just in case there might be some tripwire, something like
The
that.
ground here is
Keeping eyes
sturdy
open.
enough for you to confidently
Okay.
move over it.
All right.
I pick up the animal droppings and I smell them. And between me and Potato, we figure out what animal this is.
Oh, just,
Yeah, give me. I want
I
to.
like it.
Let's roll a dice for that just for fun.
Just because that's like
It's an animal
history,
handling
right?
check.
Yeah.
You have proficiency in animal handling, sure.
A D20, because,
Yeah, roll
D20
it.
plus animal handling and proficiency. Yeah.
oh my gosh. Okay, 3 plus.
Oh no. Yeah.
Uh,
That smells like shit.
well, I don't know.
Yeah, these are poops.
Yep.
You're sure of it.
It's just this room.
You're absolutely positive that these are animal droppings.
Poops. That's it. I can't.
Mammalian.
Okay.
Oh.
I can't taste them or figure
I
anything
would.
out.
I wouldn't
You
recommend
could.
that.
You could.
I don't know how good your constitution is. don't know that we necessarily look. I would.
These
taste
are
like
potatoes, people.
Loop is correct. These are in fact rodent droppings.
Yeah, that sounds rat-like to me, to be honest with you. And
Because you
everything
get
we're
the
experiencing.
used your mouth bonus.
And what do we hear?
You also can't help but notice that there's the sound. It sounds like Bach. It's like classical music is being played. It almost looks like it's on a record player coming from this room ahead of you.
Do we think it's Hank?
All I know is that the only people who listen to classical music are brilliant people and psychopaths. So let's proceed with caution.
That's a real good point.
As you step through the doorway and into the room, you look up and it is a much brighter space. The room is high. It has a dome-shaped ceiling. And on the ceiling, there's a mural or a replica of Michelangelo's The Creation of Adam. It's in the Sistine Chapel. The room is filled with art, mostly Renaissance art, and there's nowhere to sit, really, except for an oversized, fluffy chair and a beanbag chair. It feels very out of place. And sitting in this beanbag chair, we find a new friend. Who do we find?
So on the beanbag chair, as you're laid out, he could be in the comfy chair, but he's really kind of like head back, lolling up, and as you walk into the room, you see his form like sits up and his hair like flops to the sides. He's wearing sunglasses, and he's got like a really messy, dirty looking suit with just an undershirt that's buttoned all the way down to like almost to where his chest bone is. And it's he's kind of got greasy hair that's laid back, and like I said, the sunglasses look like they're probably purchased on Amazon, but probably cost about $500 to $750. But he kind of sits up and looks at you, and you can see he's got just, black jeans on with really nice kicks as they're just laid out, and he sits up and what are you all doing here?
Good evening. My name is Onyx Delmirov. I'm here with my companions, Miss Loop and Miss Ashima, and we are trying to figure out.
Yeah, in a research base, right?
Yes.
Yeah, this thing?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I found this room. That's nice, right? Look at that thing.
How did you
Someone
get
put
here,
Adam up there.
Sir?
I want to ask you the same question, dude. Oh, squirrel?
His name's Potato.
Oh, look at that little
Careful.
guy.
And who might we have the pleasure of meeting?
Well, he gets up and like puffs the beanbag chair so that it's not divoted anymore. And then kind of walks up and puts his hand and goes, Cresslor, nice to meet you.
Cresslor.
Yeah, Cresslor, pleasure. Okay,
Nice
cool.
to meet
That's
you.
all right. I don't like people touching me either, but that's nice. So, yeah, so you're in this research base, huh? Doing, looks like some spy stuff. You're all looking sneaky.
When did you arrive here?
I came up with a very spry and dour looking dude. He kind of showed me in here. Did you do the whole clock thing too? You know, the thing where you gotta shine the light and then it opens up?
You did.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
did
Like
you
Captain
come
Planet for us.
Oh,
Where did you come
I
from?
don't think so. What?
Where did you come from?
Chicago?
Ah,
Yeah.
Close-ish.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you looking for?
I don't know. Anything interesting at this point? So, I don't know. I feel like maybe there's a reason you're here and I'm here, and maybe there's a reason we're coming in together. If you're in this whole Aero Sci thing, I don't know. It depends. If you got in here, are you all part of that whole cadre of
we're here
stuff?
investigating what
Yes.
exactly happened.
Investigating. Okay, yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Yes.
Yeah, you
We,
know. Yeah, they're fucktards, all of them. Seriously.
Yeah.
Unless you're part of them, and then that's really bad on my end. Sorry about that.
We're here in a purely investigatory, and yes, that is a word.
Trying to figure out what happened with the.
Yeah.
It seems like, and tell me if this coincides with what you may or may not have
Hold on,
figured
sorry,
out.
I'm being rude right now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What color are your eyes?
They are.
He thinks about his eye color.
I think last time I went to an optometrist, they gave me a bluish green tint. Is that confirmed? Is that what you're looking at right now?
Pretty much what I see.
Yeah, cool. Eye color is important to you, huh?
It is.
Okay. All right.
Says a lot about.
Sorry, I
us.
keep interrupting you. Please continue.
Can you tell from what we have seen, this place does not seem to be operational. It does not seem to be, it doesn't seem like there is any actual activity happening here, any actual research and development. Have you seen any Aerosite people here?
No one so far coming in, minus, like I said, when we did the whole sundial thing. Now, I've been told there's some weird, lovely little things going on in here, and ever since I heard about the whole anomaly going on, it's been fun to kind of just see what's going on in here. To be honest, my understanding is that there's an Aerosite base that's here in Milwaukee, random, and then when that thing went, we talked about it, we were doing this whole thing, right? And then it started snowing, and it was so snowy, but yet everything kind of just stood still. And so I said, you know what? Remember there is that thing that was down over there, so I'm gonna give it a look-see and see what it is. So we're all investigators. This is great.
So you were just hanging out.
Yeah, I was hanging out. Yeah.
So
Just question for the room.
Do we need to flip this heckamahoogie?
Question for the room. Do you guys remember Sexy Clumsy Elf from episode 1? Does this guy share any features
Sexy Clumsy Elf?
from the fighting situation when we were encountering the...
I believe she's referring to one of the guards post-explosion that was
I'm just trying to figure out if this person resembles those kinds of features is all, which is part of why I'm asking about the icon.
You can tell that this Krasnalor is handsome.
Yeah.
Very handsome.
It's also familiar to some of you who might be a little more on the pop culture side of TV and media. So
he famous?
I think
You
he's,
look familiar.
yeah.
Where have I seen you before?
Well, we can do this. We can do this the fun way, or we can do this the quick way. Which
Let's
one
do
would
it
you
the
like?
quick way.
The quick way. Okay.
I heard about them reality TV shows. Is that one of those things?
None of that shit. Would you pull up my notes, because I wrote a few down and I can't remember them right now.
I do not have them.
We can pull up some notes. You're super famous, are you not?
I've done a few.
sing.
I've done a few films and
Films.
TV over the years. Yeah, Life of Max. That whole
Yes,
thing.
I
yeah.
love that movie. Oh my goodness, it's such an honor to
It's
meet
always nice to meet a fan. Thanks. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Very exciting.
Yeah,
I'm
it's,
not up with the televisions.
Oh, he's exceptionally talented.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
you might recognize some of his work from Kings of the Wild, Turnpoint Adventures, The Life of Max, Pinpoint Precision,
Classic.
Total Cult Icon.
So are these like action films?
a little bit of action adventure thriller. Got a romance in once in a while. Just for the whole FYC run of things.
So have you been around? Have you investigated more of this?
No,
stuff?
this is about as far as
This
I've
is as
gotten
far
at
as
this
you've
So
point.
you
yeah.
are a famous
That's so
person investigating the...
And you are a gentleman with a squirrel investigating the
lady.
lady
Thank you so much.
investigating the squirrel.
My potato.
Woo! All right, I'm going to put on a new record for that fuck up. Let's go around. And I go around and I will go and take the Bach and I will flip it over to the next line and then flip it over and go, you know what? If I had a drink right now, I'd hand it to you and I'd let you slap me in the face. You like that?
I don't particularly like slapping famous people, but
That's fair.
could be
I
fun.
do. I slap him in the face and I go, so listen, how long have you been here? What have you found out? I'm sick and tired of this.
Half an hour, nothing, and what was the last one?
Why did they send you?
Oh, they didn't send me. No. So I don't know if you maybe been reading up, but I'm actually very against this whole shooting trash into space idea. I think it's not really something that our good planet would want done in any kind of circumstance. Oh, thank you. It was a very firm handshake.
It does seem like it was perhaps a ill-advised adventure.
Well,
But to be with you and to be honest, I've been staring at this thing, and then the records came up, and I figured I would let some musical inspiration come on me, and maybe that would help find the next pathway in this grand dungeon quest.
Speaking of which, the stench that we were smelling, like you said, it was kind of like a oozy, raw. It was nasty in here. Is it more in this room?
This
Or is
room is
this-
probably one of the cleaner rooms.
Okay.
There's enough like it doesn't seem like anyone's cleaned this room recently, but no one's used
Right, so
it
this
either.
is
So it's sort of an
the
abandoned
nasty
empty
isn't
room.
happening because of anything in this room.
Okay, I'm gonna look around the space
Okay.
and
Yeah.
see if I can find any documents or anything that's clearly from Erosai.
All right.
All right, that is a 12.
Oh, well, you look on the ground, and not far from where the beanbag that Kraslar was seated in is a folder. And in this folder is a piece of paper, and investigating this piece of paper, you determine you are, in fact, in Milwaukee.
Okay.
Yeah, no, yeah, I've already went through all that. So it's about a whole bunch of just logistical docs talking about bringing in stuff and bringing out stuff. You know, it's what that whole walkway kind of was about. But so this doorway that I've been staring at for presumably a while. You know, it's just. Are we talking about like just two-part door, just literally slatted together? And
The doorway to the space that you're in right
yeah,
now?
the doorway that will lead into the next room.
To you, this doorway seems like ominous enough that you haven't bothered to open it.
No.
But maybe you're a little braver. You've got some company.
Oh, look at that! You know what? I kind of slapped the door and open it. Oh, it was unlocked the whole time. Well,
The door creaks
that's
open
awkward.
just a little bit.
Well, shall we?
Slow your roll. What do we got? Well, you got your
Got
light.
Squirrel?
You,
Got my hammer and an axe.
since you're such a big, strong man, you want to lead first?
You know. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Yeah. So he grabs the door and kind of pulls it open. In the meantime, is it dark on the other side?
It's dark enough in there for sure.
He'll kind of pull out a stack of marbles, and then he's gonna reach in and pull a single marble out and kind of put it in his mouth, and roll it around his cheeks a little bit, and pull it out, and it's glowing bright light, like just giant light, and he's just gonna chuck it down, and it's gonna skit along the bottom of the hallway, hopefully illuminating the path ahead. It's a cool thing, right? Yeah, it's cool. Let's keep going.
All right. I see how impressed she is by him, and I'm like, really, and I'm gonna keep pace with him
Right.
now.
And we're gonna keep illuminating parts of the hallway.
Yeah, so
The
she
bag
can
of
see.
marbles is flush and thick, so.
And
No comment. Which in itself is a comment. You're welcome, internet. So yeah, I want to create a side by side if there's room enough for us to.
the hallway is about 10 feet wide, but there's debris, there's stuff,
There's crap.
like kind of around. So sometimes it gets down to just like single file.
So Crossler, what do you do in your downtime? You have any hobbies?
You know, I'm a bit of a jazz musician myself. You know, I enjoy a good improvisational musical bash.
Yeah. Do you have any useful hobbies?
Oh,
Loop.
Uh-oh.
that sounds.
Loop has run ahead to
Yeah.
look for other creatures that
Yeah,
look
yeah,
like
yeah,
him
yeah.
because he felt like he found his family.
Loop has run ahead, or Potato has run ahead?
Oh, potato.
You are one of
No,
the
no. This is not good.
Flickering around all around you, you see what looks like bats are filling your vision. You hear a chomping like an angry dog trying to get a toy out of your hand, and it gets louder and louder and louder, and you see them. Are they? Get ready for it, Avilo. Are they what we've always dreamed of?
Oh, no.
Are you ready, my dude? I'm ready.
Wait, am I showing it?
No, I don't know. Here we go.
Yeah, show it.
Show it. Show them. We're going into battle mode,
I'm
man.
not ready for that. Well, what I was gonna say is, I'm afraid we're all gonna have to roll initiative.
Well done.
There you go.
That is a fast team.
I rolled a 20,
I
babies.
should probably put it on where the
What
top
you
down can
see
it.
fluttering around you, what you expected to see, bats. These are in fact hedgehogs,
Oh.
moving through the air as bats would.
I told you there were mutant animals.
I never said there weren't.
Hedgehogs?
Hedgehogs.
How's Potato reacting? Is Potato freaked out or is Potato like into it?
Potato is in a very defensive position.
Right, okay, so these are not Potato. Nice try, Potato.
So we are closer to here?
So you've
Oh,
just
wow, look,
rounded
there's
the
stuff.
corner of that
Like round to here?
Yeah.
Okay.
hallway.
Yep.
And I need you guys all please to give me your
Rounded this way?
initiative.
This way, I would assume.
Yeah,
Yes,
right this
that's the way
way.
you've come.
9.
So we've been in front, you and I. Kind of like this. And
Ashima, what is
right.
your
What did you get?
initiative?
18 plus, or sorry, 6.
I got a
was that
20.
16? She got a 20.
Jeez.
And I have 16, but is there any modifier to that?
Your initiative modifier,
initiative
which
modifier.
should be right up there, 3.
Oh, great. So that's a 19.
And then 16 for Cressler.
Alright, Cresslor.
Just a slightly different.
Good. Again.
I don't know what yours is because we haven't checked it.
You see flying among you what appear to be 2 swarms of
Or shall we call them scuttles?
2 scuttles.
Of flying hedgehogs. And these are angry. I mean, this is not like your friendly opportunity for a hedgehog. This is a vicious, teeth out, glowing little red eyes. A scuttle.
teeth.
Yes, precisely.
I pull out my axe and I start swinging at those motherfuckers.
Okay, that's. She has the initiative.
I kill a few or
Definitely.
chop their things off.
Is it
I hope.
right? Sorry guys, stand by 1 second.
Yeah, very good.
Make that grid a little less intense.
I
Cool.
so love the viewers.
And,
This show
all right.
came up with this.
So yeah, you're up. What you start swinging.
Start swinging. And at the same time, Potato has my little hammer
So
and he's hammering away like
Potato
that.
valiantly stands around holding your hammer, not sure that he can quite swing it. However, you
Hey,
swing
you
your
can do a
axe.
lot, okay?
You know what? Yeah, fine. Potato swings that hammer.
Potato
Give me-
is stacked.
Give me a d20. Roll for yourself and 1 for Potato, please.
Oh.
One for Potato.
Oh, well, as expected, Potato swings the hammer, but it's just a little too heavy for him and it plops
falls
right on his
back.
head.
By the way, it's a
I know.
tiny hammer, so
Well, I mean,
Yeah, she
he's
doesn't
a
have a-
tiny squirrel.
and a 4.
But your 4 is plus something.
Well, because it's a scuttle, because they're flying around and you're still kind of getting used to them, you swing blindly at the scuttle, but you just can't quite make any contact. Ashima, what
Not
do you
even
do?
one?
I'm gonna go with my unarmed strike, additional unarmed strike movement, and I'm gonna like pinwheel my, not pinwheel, but like that with my
Full extension?
full extension.
That's amazing. 6
I'm
foot,
gonna
you
pull
have an
so I'm gonna
expanding
pull,
rod.
so basically I'm gonna step forward from him. Sorry, honey. I should say.
Let's make
something.
sure we have some scuttle markers on there too. Let's
Where would
see.
you like me to
Oh
put
yes.
We have at least 4 scuttles. Yeah, 4 small.
We have 4 scuttles.
Or no, 4 in a scuttle.
Yeah,
Two
two scuttles total.
2 scuttles.
So rolling around us.
These are
A
scuttle.
scuttle.
Okay.
Scuttle on either side.
Scuttle on either side.
Right, so I'm gonna push forward into this one, but as I'm going, I'm gonna be like baton twirling,
That's
basically.
beautiful. You're making like a propeller in front of you.
Yeah, I'm going for it.
Sounds gruesome.
14 plus 3 is 17, and 4.
1 second. I'm just looking something up.
Yep.
And it's being slow. So you got the
17 definitely hits on these hedgehogs.
yes.
And my cousin had one of these one time. He just tried to make whole cage stunk.
So you swing into the scuttle of hedgehogs and you do make contact. Roll your damage dice.
6.
You do hit one of the hedgehogs in the scuttle, but because they're swarming around, it's not a good hit, and actually you only do half of that damage. You do 3 bludgeoning damage on the scuttle.
I call out to these two and I say, whatever hoodoo voodoo you guys got, now is the time to use it.
Crescendor, maybe that's your cue.
Alright.
Cresselor, I'm sorry.
That's fine. So, right now, they're here, right?
This is one scuttle and this is another scuttle. So you could turn
And
around.
it's amorphous, they're scuttling.
They're scuttling all around. It sounds so
they're
horrible in
swarming.
scuttles.
Yeah, well, this is kind of important for what I'm about to do right now. So,
Dude, tell me you got it.
yeah, let's do that. Alright, yeah.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, you're nimble and quick, right?
Oh shit.
Good, I hope you are. And watches the Crestlord kind of like he does this thing where he kind of like puts his sunglasses back on, and then he kind of like touches his chest a little bit, and he kind of like starts singing himself a song. And then there's this large kind of glowing ball of light that's coming from it, and then he just pushes his hands out, and a column of fire just like reaches 15 feet and just goes down the entire hallway.
I'm gonna make a dodge check.
I feel like you're
Yeah.
caught in that for sure.
Yeah.
Sorry?
You want to try to dodge?
I'm gonna have to.
I don't believe you do a dodge check. What spell?
No, it's Asgrenar Scorcher, so it's still
You can direct?
just like it's a direct.
Okay.
So it's a 30-foot.
I mean, you did give me warning.
It's a 30-foot 30 line. So it's kind of this will already take up 15, so it'll be the entire column, and it will go down 30 feet. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Pretty much this entire space into
Lovely.
a straight line.
But is Ashima caught in this? Or
Yes.
Yeah, they all get a save throw about Dex. So you get a Dex 14 save.
Get a dex save throw, Ashima.
Yeah. So go for
Still
it.
trying,
Dodge the flamethrower.
still trying to kill me, Ivan Van Norman.
Every day.
Still trying to kill me.
As Phoenix would say, all day.
A day.
All day.
Right. So thank God I also have.
Oh,
And
boom, boom.
suck it.
Knocked him.
20?
Would you?
Suck it. So I got a 20 plus 23.
You want to describe this dodge?
Yeah, as soon as I hear him making some smug remark, I turn around and I see this coming out of his chest, and I sort of parkour up the side to the side of the wall before this burst of flame, and just jump down just as it ends.
Beautiful.
Down in that hero position pose with one arm out and one hand down, and I look at
lady.
him and I go, "Nice try, asshole."
Oh, lady, I gotta introduce you to my stun coordinator.
How much damage does that do?
So I need someone to actually check it because it's not in my.
What's it called?
In my it's Agrenar Scorcher, and I think last time I looked at it, it was either 3d6 or maybe it was like a 2d8.
Cool.
But
Okay,
it's
well,
not.
someone you got it up, and I'll put it on here so people can see that.
It is the first thing that came up is a Catalan to English dictionary. So.
It's AGAN, and in fact, if I have my phone here, I can do it. I'm so sorry.
Agonizars.
There it is.
Yes, there
Sweet.
we go. I've got it up.
We're going to show you guys up on the screen here so you guys can check out these spells. Also, thank you guys all for cheering and subscribing. We are now up to Oodalali. Looks like there are 26 gems.
Did you just say Oodalali?
Oodalali!
So, the scuttles did in fact fail their dexterity saving throw, so each scuttle takes 3d8 fire
Oh
damage.
snap!
So that's
What
about
freaking
one.
level are you?
More is the answer.
Yeah.
15 plus my spell casting. Well, not just a hit.
No,
spell
it's just
casting
a,
modifier.
no modifier. Just
So
3d8
a
straight.
solid 15, 16 damage.
Great. So solid 16 damage on that. Excellent, excellent, excellent. You have charred. A few of scuttle have dropped out of the sky. There are now charred, singed winged hedgehog corpses on the ground. However, their compatriots notice this and they get quite enraged, and a swarm, or a scuttle, I'm sorry, turns towards our back group here. So the back. Oh, I have the pointer, of course. What am I doing?
Who's that?
This scuttle turns towards you two, and you hear like a and a mucusy,
No.
liquidy gunk shoots at you, and I need each of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Goes right here too.
Me?
Yes.
Thank
Well,
you.
whoever was hit, the two people that were hit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
Dexterity
So Rosie
saving
20.
throw, please.
Okay, so plus one.
What, 5?
7.
So both of you
Did
take.
you do your dexterity?
I have bad dexterity.
Both of you take 3 points of acid damage. Really gross. Onyx, what do you do?
All right, I reach into my pocket and I pull out this little ring that I got from Steve, and I slip it on my finger. It's my ring of animal influence. And I look at all of these flying creatures around me, and I say, "We're friends. You don't want to hurt your friends. Come, be my ally."
Okay.
And they have to have a Why didn't you do that
DC
before? 13 saves.
One of the sorry, are you doing it on the what's the
The
range?
ones that are attacking right in front of you. Right?
Yes, so the ones that are attacking right in front of you.
Yeah, the
and,
whole grouping
He's
of them.
this big
They're gonna be
one.
my friend.
yeah, and they definitely it succeeds. So it lets you convince a beast that you mean it no harm.
My
And
friend.
Beast?
now it's scuttle.
scuttle.
A scuttle.
Okay.
So
Thanks
now
for
that scuttle won't attack you.
Hello.
So just her is safe.
So just her now. This scuttle here
That scuttle's
seems
singed and charred.
definitely singed and charred, but still kicking. Sees the closest person, which I believe is
That's
you, and it flies at you in a flurry of leathery wings that sounds kind of like leathery wingedness. And they attack you, and they appear to be unfortunately very badly burned, and the attack does not succeed. Loop, what do you do?
Really pitiful.
So this black tar stuff that
Let's call it like mucusy acid gunk.
is it wounding me? Is it burning? Is it?
No, it sort of hit you, it did the burn, and then it seems to have neutralized.
Oh, okay. So it's not like I'm.
Now it's just
No,
gross. Now it's just gross.
Okay. Well, I also have animal talking powers. So instead of asking them to kindly treat us, I just like silence them and ask them to subsist.
Persuasion check, please.
With a what kind of?
D20 with your persuasion modifier.
Persuasion modifier.
6
Plus
plus
persuasion is down.
Yep.
plus 1.
7.
They don't appear to be really on your wavelength, unfortunately.
So, Potato attacks the little effer that is like
With a
jumping
hammer,
on me.
or
Just with itself and its claws and its teeth.
Give me a D20 for potato and your agility
Oh
modifier.
no. Agility, dexterity?
Yeah, dexterity.
4.
Total of 4?
Yes.
Total.
Potato is really, really trying. Potato really wants to help, and he's really distracting them. But unfortunately,
I don't think you've rolled under a 10 this entire session so far.
I rolled
Ashima,
120.
while this is happening,
120,
what do you
yeah.
do?
Yeah. Can I speak as a not included action? Like, can I communicate, or is that included? Because as I'm gonna spin around.
Depends on what you do.
I'm gonna. Okay, so these guys, we have these guys under control.
These
with
are my
you.
friends.
They're your
For her.
friends.
Yeah, her friend.
Can I hold an action and like be ready to pounce on something when it comes?
Yeah,
You have to be ready for it, and then
Yes.
you
Not giving up the turn.
No, what
Is
you
that
can
an
do is
option?
you can prep something as a reaction. So you can say, I am going to do this if this happens, and then when that happens, it will be you. That will come back to you. They're flying around. I don't know how much more time you got.
I want to ask him, what else you got?
A lot more than where that came from.
I am gonna get between Loop and the. I'm gonna run block.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use my movement options.
Unfortunately, as you do that, you disengage from the scuttle, and as your guard is down, you take
Aren't they-
1 point of nibble damage.
It's an attack of opportunity if you
But I
disengage.
don't have it. We don't have the. I automatically.
Nibble damage, I say!
No. Patient defense is. That's what I was talking about the whole thing. Oh, never mind. Okay, fine. I'll take a damage, and this poor little guy needs me. I got you, boo. So I'm gonna run back to basically defend Loop, get between Loop and the nastiness
Great.
here.
I'm not nasty anymore.
Do you prep anything?
Yeah, and I'm gonna prep for attack, and I'm gonna like show it.
You can still technically attack this group if
Yeah.
you want, since it's right there. It's only not hostile to her. So if you want to just disengage, take your attack of opportunity, then whack.
I
this
just
one.
realized I'm totally screwed this all up, and I hope the internet will let me have takebacks. Will you let me have takebacks? Because I just realized I didn't realize that these guys were still viable threats to the world.
Oh yeah.
I thought that they were charred and sad and failing.
Well, they're not in good shape.
Okay, then can I just pinwheel these guys?
Well, because of the undoers, you still take 1 point of nibble damage.
That's
but
fine.
Yes, you can.
So I'm torn. I'm torn because I see the mucus land on the little guy, the little gal. I'm not entirely sure really at this point, and it's not my business to ask. I see that, and I want to run, over and run block, but then I feel this like niggling pain, that thing happening. That noise is so disturbing. Because he makes that noise. No, and so I immediately turn around in annoyance and I start spinning the thing
Smash,
again.
smash.
So I'm gonna use unarmed and
Love it.
Smash it.
whatever the fuck that thing is that I do that's double hitting. 9 and 3 is 12. Sorry.
That's I'm down already.
5.
One of those attacks hits.
Yes.
Roll your damage.
7.
Great, and again, that you do make contact with one of the members of the scuttle, but it just seems, because they're so mobile and they're so moving around, you actually only
Right.
4 damage.
Okay.
And it is Cressalor's turn. What do you do?
So the thing is flown around me. I kind of watch as you're still engaging with this one, and I'm seeing you're hitting it, but not quite done. And I was like, this one. Yeah, he kind of watches as he pulls out from underneath his sleeve. He pulls out a light arrow, and he just like flings it, kind of like a like one of those lawn darts, and they kind of have a lawn dart shape. And he just goes, yeah, 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 and does all three, and I'll cast magic missile and hit them for 3d4.
Yeah, 1d4 each missile.
1d4 each. Yeah.
Is it a piercing damage?
It is.
It's half.
Oh, it's half?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not piercing. So, my bad. At least I can't check it at this point. They would specifically say... I think it's just...
I think you're fine because you're targeting
Just
them. Sure,
energy
1d4
damage.
each.
Yeah, so we're looking at 7 damage total.
How do you distribute it? You've got 2 targets.
I got the single target that Asha's engaged with.
All 3.
All 3. Right into that
Describe
one.
to me how you knock a scuttle of hedgehogs out of the sky.
So I kind of do this weird thing because he does a lot of weird things. But
He is a movie star.
I kind of make this weird kind of like grapevine kind of shuffle where I cross my foot and I just kind of make, it's almost like a dance where I just go, yeah, 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 and each one of these little light darts just kind of whacks each one, and since they instantaneously hit, as they're scuttling away, each one, they kind of like curve up and they just go,
Like Parasite.
and they just turn into ashes. Each one just flips out of the way.
gosh.
Yeah. So as they just disappear and turn into a bunch of nothing, and there's a little tiny hedgehog skull on the ground that he kind of takes over and picks it up and goes, puts it in his pocket, and turns around and looks at you, Asha, and gives you a high five. All right, that's fine. We're good.
Meanwhile, while you continue to murder their friends, the other scuttle screams an animalistic scream, and again you can hear them hawking up a big old...
Oh no, dodge. Get it out there.
And let's see, where are we looking at here? Who is close to that scuttle? Is that still Onyx?
Yeah. Still Onyx.
And is
But
there
that
somebody
scuttle is
within
her
5 feet?
friend.
Oh, right, so it's not talking to you. Who is next to it? That would be Loop. Loop and Potato. Unfortunately, you guys have to make, I believe that was a dexterity check. Yes, dexterity saving throw.
16, 17, baby.
Yeah.
So-
And I got good dexterity.
The acidy mucus gunk flies over your head, hits the wall, and you can kind of hear it sizzle a little bit. Onyx.
Okay, I touch my ring and I look at this scuttle in front of me and I say, if you do not leave right now, you will perish in the most horrible way. Leave, flee, run.
Yeah, that works. That works. They start to run, fly down the hallway.
This way or towards the right?
No, the long way, towards me. There you go. Not that far. They're
Oh, they're still
They're
around.
leaving, they're fleeing, they're running.
they're running away, but you guys can still engage if you want, or you can let them go away.
I think we're done with these fuckers.
Okay, they might.
I'm happy to back out of the way.
You step away.
Nah,
from
as
the
they're
skull.
walking away, I throw 3 more lawn darts at them as they're going down the line. So and,
I'll take it.
Yeah,
Puffs of ash.
puffs of ash for 10 damage.
Oh yeah, it works. It works.
Spectacularly. Actually, their shadows are burned
I
onto
actually
the
watch
walls.
as they go around the corner. And I'm like 3, 2, 1. Like let the last one go out as it's attempting to go around the corner. Just so. All right.
Well done. Well done.
Well vanquished adventurers.
Oh, no, not that. That.
Thank God. I am like Ashima is just doing exactly what I am doing right now. She's just a little speechless and embarrassed.
I run up to you. What is going on? How are you doing these things? What are you?
The magic?
Yeah.
Magic? Hedgehog skull, by the way.
Yeah.
You
Magic.
can do magic? You can. I know you can, because that was dope what you did. And I have a feeling you know what's up. Yeah, it's magic. That's what
I
you
don't
do.
understand.
Well,
Mr. Gryffindor, can you explain to her that she has the magic, she just needs to channel it properly?
so, what was your name again? Onyx?
Onyx.
Onyx, okay. So here's the deal. Do you ever feel different or weird when you were little? Like you had some little... were you beat up by a bully or, treated like you were less than a decent human being?
Someone made you live under some stairs.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, surprise! You're different. Yeah, you're different from all the other schmucks that are out here right now who are sitting all, locked in whatever time-space continuum that, is happening.
But where is it coming from?
It's just inside you. I mean, I don't know why. Like, it happened to me, too, when I was real young, and I was trying things out, and we all experiment when we're little, and I just, well, I found out mine when I went over to Nepal and talked to the Grand Lama Mendal, and he told me, and he awoke into all of this stuff inside of me, and as soon as that thing exploded, it was like that little tiny flame just started getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and here we are, we're gonna do fucking magic. Oh, God, it's weird, but it's fun.
The more I hear him talk, the more I feel like heat rising from inside of my body, just getting like this wave of frustration and anger.
And she's definitely a devil.
A devil?
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know, underling, Yeah, you ever read about those? They have
No.
horns, and, they're supposedly
If
like...
you want to keep moving, I'm going to. And I start walking down the hallway.
That's fine by me.
I agree, we need to continue moving down this weird-ass cave.
So you continue into the hallway.
Well, I follow Ashima.
I'm just trying to get away from these people, so whatever
Yeah,
direction I need to go, I'm going.
Past the dust of the fallen
Yes.
scuttles.
My face is so dry. My skin looks like it has... Oh my gosh. It looks like I have scales. Oh my... I look into this pile of lotions that I was given to by Steve, and I start just looking at them, trying to figure out. I have no idea what these are. I need help.
Lady.
Is she turning into a reptile?
No!
Onyx lady. Let it be. Don't be so scared. Don't be so scared. Just look at me.
gross.
Eyeballs. Take a deep breath. Give me your hands. It's okay. You're not. Ready? Just look at me. Go. I'm different. I'm unique. I will kick evil's ass. Fuck Arrow's Eye. Okay. I'm different. That's okay. In fact, that's awesome. You're a great person, and you should let those scales rock.
It's kind of sexy.
Yeah. You're gonna kill it. Next time we go in there and we see more hedgehoggy things, I want you to think about whatever feels good inside of you, and I just want you to let it out. Like it's some magnificent creature, and it's been caged up inside of this weird cage, and you're just over it. And the door's been unlocked, because that's what that whole thing was. That was someone taking your latch and going, and letting you free, girl.
Can I be honest? I'm a little afraid.
That's cool. It's cool to be afraid.
No,
Don't worry about it.
I think that it's... it feels. I don't know. There's something. I'm feeling something that's not. It's scary. It's scary. It's like there's something else.
Well, as a very, very well-known cartoon character said one time, the first step to being awesome at something is sucking at it.
Was it Bugs Bunny?
Nah, he's like that though. It's a good bit.
Okay.
So,
All right. Does anybody know what any of these things might be? Anything?
So, if anybody has Magic Identify, you could try, or if you were to rest with them, you could try, or you can just try your luck.
I'll give it a shot. I have a lot in surprise, medicine and Arcana. So, yeah, I have a ton in Arcana.
So, I mean, there's 5 bottles there, and we could spend some time now trying to identify.
Which one do you like the most? Which one feels good? You like it? Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna do.
Can you use less words when you express stuff? It's getting in my brain.
Maybe. The answer is maybe. So 22.
Are you casting a spell, or are you just doing
I'm using, if you'd like, just depending on how you want to play the rules out for it, I can either make a Arcana check, or I do not have.
Yeah, so are you, just tell me one or the other. Do you want to?
I would love to make an Arcana check if that's cool.
You're making an Arcana check. It appears to be a potion of healing.
I look at it and look through it and goes, well, that'll clean you up nice and fine. Is what it'll do. If you're all busted up and you're not feeling very good, you can pop that down, and I think you'll feel better about it.
I don't think your scales are a problem that needs healing, though.
Now she looked like she took a little bit of wang-a-dang, but you know what I would do? I'd probably save that for just in case we get hit in a little bit of a nastier.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Would you like?
All right, well,
All right.
let's keep this awkward train a-running,
moving.
shall we?
Shall we continue?
I think we should.
So we just have
still-
the hallway is continuing.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's your leader?
As you continue down the hallway, you can see up to your left, it looks like there's an archway, a doorway that might lead to another section, and then of course the hallway would continue on in front of you. For hydration purposes, here is where we will take a little break as we continue into this next half of the hallway. So you can move directly forward, or you could move into another room to your left. And we'll leave it at that for just now. We'll give our adventurers a short break. Thank you guys all for being here with us on the stream. Water is very nearly full at the mana, as well as fire is on its way up with air and earth just behind. You guys can cheer with hashtag air, fire, water, or earth to influence those mana bars, and when they get all the way to the top, our adventurers can have advantage or a reroll during an important moment in the game. We're going to take a very short break now, and when we come back, we will pull a winner at the end of the stream for our Dechart Games zip chairs with our logo on them. So thank you very much to Zip Chairs for that, and to MSI for our awesome setup. We have 27 gemstones in the treasure should our adventurers come upon them. Thank you guys for subscribing and for giving the gift subs, and when you do that you can increase the gem counter as it moves along. So we'll see you guys in just a short break. Thank you for being here, everybody. Hello. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us for episode 3 of the Golden Spiral, and we are going to, at the end of the stream, pick a winner for our awesome Zip gaming chair for you. Can go anywhere in the world. It's got the Dechart Games logo on it, so you know it's good. What's that logo? I don't know. It's a heart. Anyway, it's Dechart, not Dechart. Tell your friends. Anyway, where are we? Speaking of Dungeons and Dragons, we have 4 adventurers who are on their way into the Aeroside base. They've met a new friend who is, you guys will quite enjoy if you're just joining us now. If you'd like to retweet to invite your friends, please do so. Now's a chance to do it. We have a full mana bar down here for water, so Onyx or Loop could use this inspiration mana bar. And air, which is Loop's mana, is all the way full. So Loop is double lucky. And Ashima is also able to use this air reroll inspiration. There it is.
Only one of us can use it, right?
Only one of you can use it, and Earth is very nearly full. Fire is in the 4th position, and this bar is stocked up with mana. That's right. Shout out to all of our awesome moderators for helping us out today, and our lieutenants for dropping those links in the chat. We appreciate you guys. You can use hashtag when you cheer to influence the mana bars, and all of the subscriptions and gift subs on the channel contribute to Ivilo's little gem pool right there. There are 27, almost 28 gems if you subscribe or give a gift subscription. Logan, you get such a handsome profile. Look at you, just ruined this whole thing, just looking handsome in the background.
Just trying to sneak in a little in the frame.
In any case, let's jump back into our game. We left, shall we? You good to go?
Yeah.
All right, here we are.
Do it.
Our adventurers have most recently vanquished a scuttle or two of flying hedgehogs, and they are continuing down a tunnel. We have our hourglasses flip, so when that hourglass runs out, please let me know, and that's going to flip us into our second phase of our final act. And the hallway lies before you.
I'm still storming forward, like
There's a door to our left.
It looks like a small room, door in a room to your left, and there's a long hallway that Ashima is storming down.
Yeah, I glance at the room and I'm like, fuck it, and I just keep going. And I'm not even asking, because I'm still embarrassed and pissed, and I'm just going.
Ashima,
Saying the word as I go.
as you take this lunging steps forward, you take one step past this doorway, and you also take 2 steps back. It's almost as if you're watching yourself take the step that you just took forward. What do you do, Ashima?
I hold my hand out to stop them, and I just look at the door. There's some kind of, pardon the expression, loop here. Do you know anything about this?
Does she have a feel this?
I don't think that Ashima has any sense for this, no.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna. No, I have no idea. But it looked like you were doing a pool. And we want to move there for a second.
I don't buy it. Do you know anything about this?
Nope. Nope. Hey, I'm not trying to pull your leg here or anything. That door where you found me in, that's about as far into this place as I've been at the moment. So, what we can do though, make it easy. Well, we don't want to bother a little squirmy squirrel with
Yeah, grab a rock.
testing stuff. You know what? Yeah. Is there any of the little dead hedgehogs? I know I
have the skull.
incinerated a bunch of them. Oh, okay.
You have
You
the skull one.
I'm gonna hold the skull up, and I'm gonna start whispering to it, and I'm gonna animate dead. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start whispering to it a little bit, and as I'm holding it into, I'm gonna kind of open its pocket, and let me see if it succeeds first before I describe its success. Player's handbook, verbal somatic. I think I should just probably. So 26 is testing.
It's a very animated
So-
dead.
Yeah.
Would you like to describe it, or
Is
am
it-
I?
Up to you. Would you? I mean,
After you, my friend.
so I kind of take the skull and I start speaking to it, and I kind of open to it, and I start talking to it like a hedgehog would. And I start opening my hands up, and then suddenly it's the hedgehog again, but it looks messed up. It's like it's got skin sloughing off it. One of its eyeballs fell out. Its wings are all flopping. And I go, and fly, buddy. And I fling it, and it kind of like half flops into the little temporal space to see what happens.
And as it flies forward, bouncing a little bit off the floors and the wall as it moves, it traverses just fine and goes off into the distance all the way down the hallway.
That is an interesting result.
I'm just gonna open the door to the side, the left. I'm curious.
You open the door to the side, and it seems like a small foyer, like a not much bigger than a walk-in closet, with another door just beyond it.
I'm gonna talk to him.
Yes,
Something doesn't want us specifically walking through here if that little guy went there, right?
that makes sense. It's probably just life, because that thing that it's still dead. Yeah, so it's either like blocking life from going in there, or it's something else. Maybe it just doesn't want you.
Okay, I'm gonna try and walk through.
And as Onyx takes one step forward, it's almost as if she slides back and can see herself finishing the step that she would have taken, and she's now 2 steps behind where she was standing before.
It did it over there too. Look at that. Yeah. Okay, this is weird.
What if we all try doing it together?
Yeah, let's Wizard of Oz there, shall we? Put my arms up around it, and then all right. Remember, it's right kick and then left grapevine, right?
Yes.
Right,
Kick, left, grapevine.
We're off
Right,
to see
kick,
the
left,
wizard.
grapevine. Right,
And we're
And
going
as you
to-
step forward, you are able to move forward just as you normally would Wizard of Oz walk down the hallway.
Awesome.
And together, the 4 of you move forward.
Great. I've scooped my semi still dead dude and put him on my shoulder. Actually, I just shoved him in my pocket. He doesn't need to breathe.
Now I
So-
look back at him again. That was too like. I still don't.
Magic's weird. Magic's real weird. If I've learned anything, is that magic is weird. So.
All right, I'm just gonna start walking
Yeah,
down the
right,
hallway.
right.
I'm
That's-
feeling
yeah.
confident.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
As Onyx walks ahead, charging on her own, she starts to slide back, and she sees
Yep.
a ripple of herself moving, taking steps forward, and she looks behind herself and sees a few more steps. And as you see each version of yourself, sort of like an echo of mirrors, behind you is a more scaled version of yourself. You have a broader jaw and a lower forehead.
I grab her hand and pull her back to the 4 of us. We move together.
Right. And
We
I
move together.
Yeah, and then I like whisper into your ear, "You dirty hams, you let that little girl in."
Is that what I look like?
Yeah. So we're gonna
Forward.
all
We
move
all move
together.
forward.
Yes.
You move all the way forward, still together, each step of the way. And you get to the end of the hallway. When you step into, please hold a moment. No, no, it's okay. We're gonna do this.
Okay.
Ooh, DMing. You move into another room, my friends. As you might
This
have
is like
guessed.
the never-ending story of rooms.
You manage to cross into a room, and this room is very unusual. It is decorated with what looks like IKEA furniture everywhere. There's a desk, a king-size bed, a random painting of New York City, and a sign that says, "Life is not about finding who you are, it's about creating who you are." The walls are painted sea blue. The room is normally lit with fixtures on the ceiling. There's a ceiling fan, and a soft music is playing from just the back of the room. It looks like there's like half of a room divider, right? And there's music playing from the other side of it. There's a nice stack of books. Looks pretty hip. These people are intelligent, well read. If anyone lives here, there's a small cot against the wall, and the sheets are rustled. And
What are they trying to research in this base, huh? How to convert middle-income families to spend money on prefabricated crap?
So I'm gonna look around this space and see if if anybody's been here recently, or if this has been untouched for a while. I'm looking to see what the dust situation is like. Gonna investigate. Okay, 9.
We're real good at this.
I know.
this looks a mix between like a dorm room and a bunker.
Can I do
Right.
a magic check?
You want to detect magic in this space?
Yeah.
You certainly can.
I
As you,
roll?
I don't
Can I
think you
roll?
even need to.
No, you don't need to roll, but you only have 1 spell slot remaining.
That's your last one.
Do you really want?
So
do you really want to
IKEA
use it
doesn't
right
have
now?
magic.
It's up
No.
to you.
You don't have to,
It's
but
just we're in a magical space.
it's up to you.
I'll keep my magic check to myself.
I feel like that temporal business, there's some kind of magic around here. It's just a matter of where it's coming from. That's the problem. Do you have any other spells? Or is detect magic your own?
Wound stuff.
All right, I'm going to close my eyes and try and feel out with my mind if there is any other being in our space.
See, that's good. It's good. Keep that going. All right. Yeah. Who you seeing?
Just you imagine on the other side of this partition where the music is coming from, you see the outline of a woman. It seems like she has horns coming out of the top of her head, little stubby horns.
What do you see? What do you see? What do you see?
There's someone on the other side of the partition with horns.
That's great! Good job! And I run over to where the pointy showed and I just slip the door open.
Oh,
Hey-o!
what are you doing here? What are you doing here?
Well, we're in your little bunker thing.
Pardon the intrusion. We are here investigating.
We're investigators.
Ah, you're investigating. Your scientific investigation?
Yes, scientific investigations.
Yeah.
Very good. That's what we're doing here as well. My name is Zara. A pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. My name's Onyx Delmirov, and this is my band of companions. We mean you no harm.
I notice none of you have a security clearance to be here. No one's wearing a badge.
Well, we had a little run-in with some strange creatures in the hallway.
They
and
took the badges.
Oh, that's been known to happen, I
Yes.
suppose. Well, anyway, I should probably introduce you. Are you here to see Victor?
Yes,
Of
we're here to
course.
see Victor.
If you'll give me just a moment. And Zara goes back behind the partition, and it sounds like she's typing into a terminal or into something into a computer. Comes back. He'll be with you in just a moment.
Thank you very
Are
much.
you her secretary or what's the whole deal here?
I am his research assistant,
Great, okay.
not his secretary.
It's assistant, so you're
course.
assisting
Sarah-
in the research.
Sarah, what are you working on right now?
Well, of course you must be familiar with Victor's work if you're here to meet him.
Of course
Specifically,
we're
I'm
here.
talking about with specific.
Of course we're here. We know exactly what Victor is working on. But my friend here, of course, she has not seen the most recent research. If you wouldn't mind filling us in a little bit so that she doesn't feel so much in the dark.
Of course. She's skeptical. She goes over to her notes. She's always writing notes. She's got a large notepad.
I go over and I just whisper in her ear. I said, you know, these corporate people trying to be scientists, and I wink so that she gets that we're on the same level.
We're on the
Idiots.
same level. I get it. Anyway, here's the most recent report. Of course, we'll send this into headquarters at the end of the month, like we always do. And she passes you a notebook, and on top of it, of course, it says Milwaukee Aerosci Research, specifically containment and transportation of Earth core. Further down, you notice in her notes, there's a series of experiments that are very, very specifically tied to the containment of Earth core. The reason we keep these notes on paper is that with all of this Earth core around, it's nearly impossible to keep all of our technology working as you might expect it.
Yeah, how's that computer doing over there? I kind of point over to the little thing that she typed on earlier.
Not so much a computer, but I'm not permitted to say much more.
Alright, good, cool. I'm gonna go and just sit on the chair here.
Zara, could I have some water from Potato here? It's been a long day.
Sure, we're very low on rations. They haven't sent anything new in quite some time, but...
Right, because you've been here how long again?
Well,
For the rations?
been here since 96?
Right, of course.
1996.
Of course, yes.
As
Yeah,
per
I got
our
that.
calculations.
So I start flipping through these documents that she gave me. I'm trying to scan, looking for any useful information.
You see diagrams of Earth core in various sizes. In some cases, there's a very small amount of Earth core represented by an Earth core symbol on the paperwork. There are depictions of leaves, organic matter. Then there are depictions of much larger quantities of Earth core and images of rhinos, of elephants, other exotic animals that perhaps you've never even known to exist. You see an ostrich with what has an incredibly long neck and a very, very, very large head for its body.
Are they doing experiments on these animals?
Forgive our friend. Are you doing experiments on these animals?
Oh, I'm not doing experiments on these animals.
Didn't think so. No, of course not.
Herself.
What? What? What is going on? Enter Victor. Presumably, Victor is quite tall and has large tiefling horns that come off the top of his head. He has a goatee. He is, of course, very angular like the rest of his kind and looks immediately to Ashima and says, "Welcome. I'm Victor. And you?"
Ashima.
Loop and potato.
Stand up and kind of pull my hammer and goes, "Hi, Cresslor. Nice to meet you, Victor. It's good to see you again."
It is pleasure to see you. I am big fan of your early work.
Oh.
You must understand I am not exactly so familiar with what is going on these days, so if I have missed your most recent project, you'll have to forgive
Well,
me.
let me know next time and I'll make sure to send down some VODs straight for you, alright? Yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate. We don't get such great signal in this place.
That would happen being down here for, 25, 30 years at this point?
Oh, it has been a long time. A long time, my friend. They have not sent rations in maybe over 2 or 3 months. I see you are looking over my papers. Yes?
Is that something we can help with?
Just
Victor?
reacquainting ourselves.
Yes, well, it is of course my constant dismay. This Earth core, it is very difficult to contain. We have had some success with transporting and containing Earth core only inside of living organisms.
Alright. Well,
Inside living organisms.
Like little animals.
Yes, like little animals. Perhaps you
Or
have seen
big
my
ones.
anti-gravity hedgehogs.
yes.
You know them.
Yes, we saw them.
They are my prized possessions. I love them. They are my favorite. If anything should happen to these scuttles and scuttles of my favorite anti-gravity hedgehogs, I would be absolutely dismayed.
Well, they are on a mission for good.
Ah, good.
Yes.
I myself am on a mission for good.
Excellent.
We must use this Earth core responsibly and treat it. As you see, this entire facility is worse for wear.
Are you aware of what is happening outside of this facility at the moment?
Outside of this facility,
Are you aware of the explosion?
The explosion. What is explosions?
So, just to give you the elevator pitch real quick, Aeroside kind of took a bunch of the garbage that was laid out around New York City Bay, and they stuffed it all up into a ball, and they attempted to shoot it up into the sun. Long story short, didn't quite go. It kind of went,
Haywire.
yeah.
This is directly against what I would advise on a scientific level. The amount of technology required for a rocket or a zeppelin, as you say, into space, surely would be too dangerous for this amount of this quantity of Earth core. Why would they even try this?
Wait, okay. This is Milwaukee. This is the research facility in Milwaukee. You did not sign off on this?
I did not sign off on this, but I am not the only founder of Aerosci.
Okay.
I could have been, what is Francis's daughter? She is, Cassandra. It is perhaps Cassandra has ordered this. It could be. It is unlikely that Marcus would sign off on something like this. But if Francis has given permission to Cassandra, it's possible.
Okay.
I just toss my staff down and I walk up to him. Victor, we need your help. This horrible thing has happened and we have no idea what to do.
Well, if I were to guess, this Earth core, This Earth core is not stable outside of the Earth's core. It must be contained, and we have discovered inside of living organisms. Our experiments here have had some success, but not enough to warrant using it in such a vast quantity.
If the explosion has already happened, is there any way to contain that? Because something happened when that explosion happened. The Earth stood still, except
For us.
for some of us, and some animals, and some creatures.
And we're feeling that we're all looking a lot more like you're looking now. Getting all exposed to that Earth core, I think.
Ah, yes. Yes, you are right. This has become much more pronounced. I am.
You got any mirrors down here?
I feel as if I am looking into a mirror right now. You are. Are you not?
My family is.
If your family is, so are you, as they say.
I am. Oh no, not yes. This one.
I kind of lift your arm up and go,
Oh, I recognize you. Well, I would have to say that, in my experience, if an experiment does not go well, it is best to try to undo what you have done, and extracting the Earth core, or rather returning it from whence it came, is perhaps the only way to deal with something, but at this scale, I wouldn't even know how to begin to
Victor,
return that much Earth core to the Earth.
are you suggesting that we should contain and transport the explosion away from where the incident has occurred, so to speak?
If you could
that even
contain an
possible?
explosion, it would be very difficult, but you might be able to, given, let's say, an organic container, return this Earth core. You might be able to undo its effects. As you noticed, things are not always as they seem around here.
No, you made it very clear that you shove it in an animal, and the animal can putz around filled up with Earth core, but does that make it a little unstable itself?
Oh, definitely unstable. Here, let me show you how unstable
This
it
thing
can
just
be.
Oh,
ended literally just now.
Let's do it. Let's do it. By way of an example, you seem like very capable folk. Would you like to see one of my experiments which has gone wrong? Perhaps you can try out a way to solve. You are down.
All day, every day.
All day, every day. You know what this means. Roll for initiative.
That was
Oh no.
right.
Would you like to see one of my experiments gone wrong?
Yes.
All right.
15.
Victor stands to the side of the room, crosses his arms, looks at you as if he's sizing you up and seeing how magical you might really be, and he just begins to watch.
Okay, so you have entered the lab here. You've been talking to Victor around here, and as Victor is talking about this experiment, this example that he's showing you, out from a trash chute in the corner of the room oozes an amorphous, goopy, and yet seemingly sentient pudding.
Pudding.
And all of you could give me your initiative,
Is it
please.
cube shaped?
It is not cube
Okay,
shaped.
it is not here. Yeah.
I said amorphous,
Yes,
sir.
it's it.
Amorphous.
All right. I'm 12.
Okay.
Sorry, 12 plus 3. 15.
I don't have my initiative check thingy.
Oh, it's not there? But
no,
it should be
it
based
should be
off your
based off
dex.
your dex.
So you can write a
Plus
plus.
five.
Yeah, plus
Okay,
one in
plus
there
one.
forever.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So 4. Luke is
6
4.
for Cresselmore.
Gryffindor.
Oh, and you were 4?
6 for Gryffindor.
Lovely, Luke.
I get the joke now. I didn't get the joke before.
So-
Now I get the joke now.
Ashima.
Real quick, I want to jump in that the mana pools are full for air, which advantages either Loop or Ashima should they decide to use it. Water is filled all the way, fire is filled all the way, but we have no fire character here, and earth is ever so close to having
Like I
advantage.
should do it, right?
I don't
Because
need it.
All right.
said it forward.
So
It
there's
would
a
be good to use.
goo, a slime that's coming out of the trash can. Lovely.
Yes, it's a viscous, black, goopy, gross. Did I mention gross?
Very
Yeah,
gross.
Smelly.
Gross.
I think moist.
Sure.
Oh, why
Is it
would
moist?
them
It
Is
is
it
moist.
clammy?
Put it away. Put it in a box and put it in the attic.
Okay. Is
Okay.
it moving towards us?
It is moving towards you, and as you've sort of been, stealing yourselves and figuring out how to react, it has moved to about here.
Okay.
And Ashima, I believe you're taking the lead on this one.
Well, Cressalor, you got any more fire you can throw out of your hands?
Yeah. Well, as long as you don't get in the way this time. But hey, I got an idea for you. Think about this. So you've been pretty spry and moving around already, right? What feels good to you right now? You want to just go up and punch that thing?
No.
No, I wouldn't do that either. What else do you want to do? What do you feel?
I just don't know if anything is going to hit it. It's goo.
It's pudding. What does pudding hate?
As you speak, it
Burn.
has moved closer because you are sitting there talking.
Everything hates fire.
And at that moment, Cressalor, you feel this wonderful sense of power build inside you. You too, with your earth elemental, have reached this level that you can roll with inspiration if you like.
You're a denizen of the underworld. Throw some fire at it.
That's what I was just thinking. Hellish Rebuke is only in response to something, though, correct?
I believe you're correct.
Can I,
Yes.
you mind if I'll take a look,
Yeah.
look for you?
That's on the
Yes,
page.
it is the creature that damaged you. You do?
All right, let me just.
Yeah, you have burning hands.
No, I have thaumaturgy.
Got it.
But this, if you want to go punch it in order
I was
to
just
try
gonna
to hit
say,
you back.
yeah. I was gonna say, thank you. That's what I'm going for. I think we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Get out of my head.
Literally.
So I'm sick of this guy taunting me and treating me like he's freaking Obi-Wan, and so I just start running towards it with my staff in one hand, and my anger has been filling me up with heat the whole time that all of this has been happening, and I'm so frustrated that I can't seem to do anything.
So you guys will meet. The goo has made
Yeah.
it to around here, so you've
I'm
run ahead.
going to attempt to hop onto this table and smack him from above
Cool.
with the arrow side staff.
Yes.
As she leaves, I'm going to do a little.
19 plus 3 is 22.
Lovely. You roll your damage, please.
6. Do I get my second thingy?
Did
My
you?
unarmed strike thing?
Are you doing that?
I'm sorry, mechanics question. If I am preparing to potentially use Hellish Rebuke as a reaction, do I not get to do that? If
I am actually
because it's
not
only if it
100%
it's
sure.
only if it hits
I'll look
me,
at
right?
it again. I think it is. I think
Yeah,
it's just
it's a reaction. So yeah, let's
Yeah.
do.
So I can still do my second hit.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So let's try the bam bam.
Bam bam. All right, give me another roll.
Yep.
Yeah. 21,
Lovely. 2 hits. Give me those damage rolls.
10 on the second. The first was 6.
Yes.
Great. So you hit 2 times, and you manage to smack this goo, and some of it splashes up at you, and you take 6 points of acid damage.
So now that it's damaged.
But how much
though,
How much damage did you do?
How much did I do?
Yes.
10 and 6. It was 6, right?
Yeah, 16.
So now that it's damaged.
So now that it's damaged you on your next round, you can just cast Hellish Rebuke, and it will. As long
Cressalor.
as it's just damaged.
Thank
you.
Less coachy, more fighty.
So as I see like her kind of like lifting up and having this, it's like that's fire, fire with fire. So I'm gonna kind of get along the side, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Get along the side of it, and then I'll
Oh, I'm so sorry. One more thing. Your staff suffers some acid damage as well. And it is -1 to damage. From this point forward.
Can I fix it?
Cressalor.
I'll it's kind of seeing her tackle this thing straight on, slapping down with it. I'll come along to the side of him and goes, fire, 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 burn, and I'll fling out. So instead of doing one of these, I'll just literally pull out a giant flame arrow and fling it straight towards.
Super into that.
Why did you send me first?
Victor is very impressed.
Cause you went forward, you ran. You let me handle it next time.
Is that a auto hit?
That is a
Or a ranged attack.
Oh shoot, I'm sorry. It says flame arrows. It actually says it's a touch attack. So this is one where I'm going to need you to look it up again as well too. Because if that's the case, then I'll just run it next to it.
What is it called?
It's called flame arrows. Sorry about that.
No worries. So we'll pull it up so people can look at home. Here it is.
Flame arrows. You touch a quiver containing arrows or bolts. When target hit by ranged weapon attack. You basically turn arrows into flame arrows, but then they still need to be fired from.
In that circumstances, then I think what I'll probably do then is I'll just burn another one of my my scorching ones, but I'll have it be along this column so it doesn't hit.
Great.
Hit her. So.
Let's do that.
Then I'm gonna upgrade it to a level 3 spell.
Whoa! Big money, big money.
Whoa!
So let me roll for attack.
Do I need to do a defensive roll?
You do. You need to. Oh, I'm sorry. You need to save at Dex 14.
Saved.
Saved? Okay, so there's probably gonna be half damage. And then in that circumstance, it was originally 3d8, so I think since I'm upgrading it to another level, I get another d8 for it.
Yeah.
4d8. All right. 8, 13, 15, 22. 22.
Love it. The ooze slithers and withers and bubbles. It's much smellier in the room.
Woo. Don't you love this smell?
Onyx.
Oh, well, I know what I was born to do. The first thing I do is this fucking stinks. Lavender. Lavender all around. It's the best smell. It relaxes.
Yeah,
It
but then it's
calms.
mixing with it now.
Yeah.
But it is an overwhelming, especially around me, so it's nice for me, and you guys get the
I
benefit of
believe
it
I've
as
used
well.
this phrase before. It's like putting an air freshener in a garbage truck.
Yes, but it's doing something. So I'm looking at this thing, and Victor talked about how he has to put it inside some kind of sentient being. So I try and communicate beast speech with this ooze and see if I can talk to it.
I'll allow it. We'll call it a beast.
Yeah,
Right?
certainly.
Goo beast. Go back in your hole, please. Did you say
Can Loop double up on the beast talk and we both use our bestial powers
No,
to
how-
talk to
No,
them?
it's just
You can certainly try if you think you'll get better results.
Well,
But
it's like
not
double the
their turn
powers.
quite yet, unfortunately. While you're trying to communicate with it, the pudding goes and looks to the nearest attack vector and does see Ashima having just landed in a heroic pose from flipping over and smacking it. It kind of blubs over towards Ashima and attempts to sort of flop onto you very slowly, and you manage to avoid it if you'd like to describe how.
Yeah, I just see it flop on me, and I'm flopping forward, and I'm just disgusted by this thing, and I'm seeing it's also in flames, and it's not dead yet. So I kind
So
of
it's-
scurry back on the table.
And it's
As it-
Luke's turn.
So Loop starts freaking the fuck out a little bit, but Loop's also real strong and dexterous. So I roll myself up into a ball and start rolling like a motherfucker over the pudding!
You know, I don't even know what that's gonna be. Let's give it an attack roll.
Yeah. With your axe and hammer in your hands.
Yes!
For sure.
So it's like chopping pudding on the sides as I'm rolling over like what's the those flattener things that
Rolling
flatten
pin?
cement?
Steamroller.
Rolling pin,
Steamroller.
No, steamroller. Thank you.
We're
so I
so
roll a
allowing
d20?
this. Just roll a d20 and let's see what happens.
Just for the enthusiasm. 11 plus 2, right?
Plus 2.
Oh,
So
you
13.
slam right into it with your axes. Just because we're kind of winging that one, let's roll a d8 and add your strength
That's
modifier.
the Yes!
And my strength modifier 9.
Cool. And as a ranger, she's got 2 weapon attacks, so she can add her strength modifier to both of them.
I mean, I gave that as one
One
boulder
bull
attack.
rush.
That was
Got
kind
it.
of like a
Okay.
bull rush. What did you get? What was
9.
that? 9. Excellent. Lovely. You slam right into it. You splash it. Into now it's like smoldering, burning and splash. However, you do get a little bit of backsplash, 2 points of acid damage, and all of a sudden the pudding goes and it splits into 2 slightly smaller puddings.
Don't you love it?
So,
Victor, we need your help!
Ashima.
that was
Fire's not working. Hitting it's not working. Ice. Do you? I'm going to pull back. So I'm gonna retreat.
will get an
to...
attack of opportunity if you pull away from it.
No. Okay.
So you either engage, you can still disengage.
Without my passive. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to grapple. I don't want to. I have some. Oh, why the hell not? I mean, I know the fire maybe wasn't working, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm so pissed.
Yes.
And this energy that I've been feeling building in me this whole
Yes.
day. Suddenly, I hold out my hands and
Yes.
say, "No!" And a beam of. Because I am rebuking it and saying no, a giant beam of fire just comes out of both of my hands, and I just hold it there,
Oh my god.
towards it.
I start doing like a little dance behind
Is this
you.
your hellish rebuke?
It is my hellish rebuke
Oh goodness.
because it attacked me, so I get a
Yeah, no,
response.
it's an appropriate use of it. Turns out you get to do 2d10 of fire damage.
Oh.
That was exciting.
Yeah.
Plus modifier,
No, it's
No,
straight
it's just
damage.
straight damage.
15.
Great. So one of the little pudding pods withers and sort of like melts away, and a single little glowing ember of some kind is left behind where in the puddle of goop that it once was. Chrysalor.
Yes! That's
Woo!
it! That's it!
Good job, lady. I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Squish out the ember. Just like stamp on it.
It-
Like it wasn't. Was that?
It's Earth Core!
Starts to
Oh!
burn into your
Yeah,
shoe.
and you take
It's-
3 points of fire
Ow, ow, ow,
damage.
ow, 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 ow. I lift my foot up and I do not step it on it anymore. And I'll take that. And then
But
what
that's
I'm
not your action. You still get an action.
Yeah, I'm still gonna take. We're at the end of this. Why not? We'll take one more scorcher. Yeah, let's do it. One more giant scorcher. Some more heart fire. More heart fire from Chrysalor. So would you do me a favor? Make another Dex 14 for me.
Oh, I failed.
Oh, great. So let's do 3, 7, 9 damage.
9. The blob recedes into a smaller and smaller puddle. It seems to be much less active than it was, but it's still throbbing
All right.
and glistening. Onyx, what do you do?
Okay,
I'm
so
done.
I look at this throbbing, glistening. As I'm saying it, I want to stop. Anyway, I look at this thing and I'm seeing that everybody has fire. So I close my eyes and I feel this cold energy just surrounding all of me. And I walk up to this blob and I reach out and I touch it to see what happens. And my skin is literally like glistening with almost like a frost shield around me. And I reach out and I touch and see what happens.
Frosty touch.
Frosty touch.
Frosty touch.
This wasn't on my list. Is that?
Hang tight, 1 second.
It's a 5-point cold damage.
Or just straight 5?
Yes.
You know what? This looks like a feat, so I'm
Is it a
gonna have
cantrip?
trouble looking it up.
No, it's
So you...
Armor of Agathis.
Oh, Armor of Agathis. Just moving along, you reach out, you touch, you can feel a burning sensation, but it doesn't do you any damage, and you see the part that you touch stiffen and kind of recede away from you, and you can tell that this creature, this thing, is now, on its last legs. It looks, or it goops up at you, and it attempts feebly to sort of do any kind of rebuttal, but it can't muster the energy, and it kind of flops down.
And
Loop.
in my mind, I say to it, "Good night, sweet prince."
Okay.
And Loop, I think it's up to you here.
I grab my hammer. And I hammer that shit into the ground.
Just whistle while you
You have some lovely advantage or inspiration if you want to roll double.
That's
on
right.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yes.
Roll.
My air, my
Use the
You have air or water.
or water.
shot.
And roll it again.
19.
And 19.
Whoa! Gonna take a 19 then.
So describe to me how you hammer down and shatter this slightly frozen, gross, gloopy pudding.
I go in tiny little lines like this. And then on the side, Potato's going, yeah.
I'm matching the moves of Potato.
And then it looks perfectly like it's just been like bolted into the ground in a perfect square. And every little hammer hit is like a nail in the coffin.
She 3D printed it out of
And
existence.
as the goop kind of withers and disintegrates into the floor, another burning ember is left in its place.
So I spit on it with all my might.
That's I think we determined that's a bad idea. And
And it does sizzle.
I think that might be.
I have to say, I am impressed. I was not expecting you to be so successful, but what can I do? Anyway, I have some money. Perhaps I can help
shiny?
you on your quest. I don't
Yes.
have much use for it anyway, but if you'll take it for your ambitions,
We'll take it, thank you.
While all of that is going on, I am still shaking from like the whatever I felt come over me, and I see these two embers on the ground, and I just put my hand closer and closer and closer and closer and closer to them, and I don't feel heat. I have full heat resistance.
yes. This is why they ask us to do so much in the study of Earth core. People like you and I. You can probably touch it safely, but you cannot contain it for a long time. Let me tell you, the density of the Earth core is so extreme. You must wrap it, please. They are only very small, but take this. And he hands you what looks like giant banana leaves, the kind you'd find in the jungle, and he begins to wrap it, many layers of leaves, and both of the two little embers are inside of this glowing. It's like putting flame in a horn to transport it. You should be the one to hold on to these two, if you know what's good for you. Here, I have to stay here. My research is very important to me, but it sounds like the four of you could help undo some damage which has been done by this incredible power. Take with you this. And he reaches here and hands you this small trunk. This trunk has in it 29 gemstones.
Yemstones.
Yemstones, please. Take with you these 29 yemstones and do with them only good. Please promise me you will only use them for good.
Promise. Is there more earth core in this facility?
You hear up above you a knock in the ceiling. Yes, there is more earth core here, perhaps too much to contain. see a crack opening and cool wind starts to come in through this, and you look up and notice a giant hand reach down through the ceiling. It's Colden, of course.
Hey, buddy.
Come, I was worried about you. He lowers his giant hand down almost like an elevator and beckons you stand on top of it.
Do it.
I grab the 2 pieces of earth core and I put them in my satchel, or just in my hands, and I'm holding them to protect everybody else. And without saying a word, just staring at Victor, I get on his hand.
I think I can trust you, Ashima. Only for good. Only for good.
Only for good.
Colden starts to pull his hand up.
I grab the file with all of the research and I put it in my coat, but I do it real slick and sly so no one sees.
Perfect. No one sees.
And then I jump on Colden's hand.
With Ashima, Onyx, Loop as well.
I grab Potato, and I high five Victor, and I jump on the hand.
Who's got the gems?
Super cool. Who has these gems? I give them to...
I got them because I like shiny shit.
I give it to you, Loop. You will carry these 29 gems all the way. And you, will you take this,
I kind of look up to you and I start giving you a clap. I'm gonna keep that fire burning, and you keep that ice cooling. I'm gonna go back and listen to some records again. So it's been good though. You're all just kicking butt. Just remember, out there, magic's weird.
The hand of Colden raises you up through the ceiling in this crack that he's left there. Victor is not pleased that there's this hole in his research facility,
Yeah,
but
I'll mend it.
Krassilor might be able to help. Colden pulls you up above the ground and will leave you there with Colden pulls you up above the ground and you are with him now. The sky is darker than it was before. This twilight effect of the sparkling light is around. And for the sake of our friends that will share their artwork using hashtag the Golden Spiral, can we take this as a cool. Let's see it. Can we use for a moment, if you guys wouldn't mind, just share a brief description for anybody who joined towards the end of the stream for the purpose of their artwork?
Oh, sure.
Would you mind, Krassilor, starting us off?
So Krassilor is just a tall, handsome-looking gentleman. Clearly does a lot of TV and film. Hair slicked back. Often wears the sunglasses, but he's pretty much disheveled. Otherwise, like his coats, he doesn't even bother to wear a vest jacket, and just wears jeans. It has some sweet kicks, and enjoys, animating little tiny hedgehog skulls with his finger puppet. So
Lovely.
All right.
My name is Onyx Delmirov, and I have been getting progressively scalier as this has gone on. I have silver eyes and frosty.
Frosty.
I am Ashima, and I am all angles, cheekbones, sharp chin, eyebrows are just slightly slanted up, and recently I've been having a very strong headache as these tiny ridges have started to appear on my forehead. I'm lean, I'm wiry, and I'm not very happy.
I am Loop. I am a very small person, but I am strong and dexterous. I have my favorite squirrel here, Potato. Not too smart for the most part, but I do like fighting for nature and Mother Earth, and we're in it together.
Probably one small magical detail that I left out that's probably important since everyone else said it, but I didn't get a chance to say it.
Yeah.
Krassilor does have a really pointed chin with really kind of open, like he's got big eyes, and you can tell that his ears are a little more shapen than they would be if it was just a standard kind of round ear look. So, yup. Sorry.
Lovely. I think if you will say goodbye to our friends, thank you everybody for joining us.
See you later.
We appreciate you very much. Our next episode of The Golden Spiral will be on next Sunday at the same time, noon to 3 Pacific Standard Time. It's now time to pull a winner for this lovely chair. Let's do it, shall we?
Chair time.
All right, the way this works is all you have to do is type something into the chat, anything at all, friendly and positive, and you are entered to win. We'll see you guys tomorrow for our 300K celebration stream. We just crossed over 300,000 on Twitch and on YouTube, and we are having a concert stream featuring this handsome Logan over in the corner, our buddy Grasshopper. We're doing a meme review, a Detroit Become Human meme review, and we are raising money for the Rainforest Trust. We're going to buy as much rainforest as we can and keep it away from evildoers. So help us protect endangered species and people that can't protect themselves in this world we live in. Use your magic for good. And here we go. Here is our winner. Drum roll, please.
That's so loud.
Bing! The winner is, this makes me happy, Wobblu the Swablu. You are the winner. Congratulations, Wobblu the Swablu. You're the winner. We appreciate you guys for joining us. We are now going to raid over to another awesome channel. These guys are doing a, ooh, nice. We are raiding over to another Dungeons & Dragons game, and they are raising money to help. And we're in Zone 2. The Flint water crisis has been going on for too long, and it is time to raid. So thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you soon. Have fun storming the castle.
Thank you.
All right, here we go.